Was arrested Thursday in Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro said today will be his first appearance on 2 charges.
Transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials.
Even as the normal process toward a potential trial begins, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino says there's more to do outside of Cole's arrest.
Interviews to be conducted. The search warrant processing scene is not even done, so we're at the early stages.
Investigators say there may be more charges against Cole as this investigation moves on. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Navy Admiral Frank Bradley, who issued orders for the U.S. military to strike a reputed drug boat twice, met with congressional lawmakers overseeing national security. Democrat House Intelligence Committee ranking member Jim Himes did not like what he saw in the video of the deadly September attack.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service. You have 2 individuals in clear distress without any means of locomotion, with a destroyed vessel, who are killed by the United States.
And there's been another drug boat strike in the Caribbean. U.S. Southern Command says War Secretary Pete Hegseth directed the lethal kinetic strike on a vessel in international waters operated by a designated terrorist organization. 4 male narco-terrorists aboard the vessel were killed, bringing the number of deaths connected to these strikes now to 86. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What happened on Indianapolis's east side last night? It is a cold morning, 14 degrees in downtown Indy. Feels like it's 12. We'll top out at 30. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 6:02. A man or a woman was shot and killed by a man during what the cops are calling a botched robbery at a clothing store called Josephine's on Indy's east side. Officers responded to the store along East Washington Street around 6:30 and found the woman inside of the store, shot. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
There's not a business on this street that would not give any one of these people that are out here that needed help, that needed food, shelter, whatever it is, they wouldn't bend over backwards to try to take care of them.
And the man who shot her ran away from the scene. He was chased and cornered by officers, and then he shot himself. He's now in the hospital this morning and faces a preliminary charge of murder if he survives. An Indianapolis man faces murder charges after a late-night argument inside a Hamilton County bar ended with a Noblesville man shot and killed. This happened earlier this week, and according to court documents that were released yesterday, McLean Mert was at Britain Tavern in Fishers when some type of argument broke out over a vape, and people that saw the whole thing told police that Mert, who uses a wheelchair, confronted Justin Burton near the bathroom after his chair tipped backward during the altercation. Mert pulled out a gun. He fired a single shot, and Burton was pronounced dead at the scene. Mert was detained immediately and now faces a couple of counts of murder and 1 count of armed robbery. Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker expressed strong support for state-regulated casinos. Here's John Herrick.
Tucker says if Allen County can get a casino, it would benefit the area economically. Kathy Humbarger, though, is part of the anti-casino group Coalition for a Better Allen County.
If this is all about economics, then you don't care about increases in bankruptcies, divorces, substance abuse, mental health issues.
The discussion centered around a House bill that, if approved, would require the Indiana Gaming Commission to accept applications and proposals to award an owner's license to operate a casino in Allen County if certain conditions are met. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And number 2 IU and number 1 Ohio State square off for the Big Ten Championship at Lucas Oil Stadium tomorrow. Kickoff goes up at 8. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. 6:04 traffic and weather together in 1 minute.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
465 looks pretty good so far as we check the 52.7-mile oval. And, yeah, everything's moving up to speed, including the ClearPath construction project on the northeast side. Going to the airport from downtown. It's called Westbound 70. It looks great right now, stretching from Meridian Street out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. Continue to watch those bridges and ramps that could be slick. Traffic sponsored by AARP. If you're asked to pay with a gift card, it's a scam. Scammers love gift cards because they're just like cash. No real business or government agency will ever ask for gift cards. Learn more at aarp.org/gift cards. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Good morning. How does our weather look?
Hey, Craig, good morning. Happy Friday. It is frigid here to start off the morning hours with mainly clear conditions. We'll see a good deal of sunshine as we go throughout the day. Should be relatively quiet. We'll bounce back to high of 30 this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, not as cold, a low down to 25. Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy. Can't rule out maybe a few flurries here and there, but nothing significant, a high of 34. Sunday, scattered rain and snow showers. Could get around an inch of accumulation by Sunday morning. Sunday's high 31. Monday, partly cloudy, cold again, a high of 27.
Thank you very much, Marcus. Right now it is 6:07 Friday morning. Cutting Cats in the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about in the B block, as we call it in the industry. So in about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so, I'm going to talk to you more about my hilarious morning that I had, which was somewhat inspired by producer Carl, who's great at his job, doing a great job, and also my lack of glasses being upstairs with me. That's coming up in a bit. That's something that I'm looking forward to talking about just because of how ridiculous things went for me for a little bit there. Anyway, before we get to any of that, let's do this stuff first. This is interesting to me. Fox News did an interview yesterday in which they were talking about the best Black Friday we've ever seen in the country, meaning there are signs that the economy is doing well, or at least that people are spending a crap ton of money. Whether that's money we should be spending or not, who knows? I don't really care. Here, let's play this audio because I thought this was interesting about just how great some things that'll even kick in next year, like the no tax on tip stuff, will be for a lot of Americans.
Well, one of the things that we've seen and we've studied over the last couple of weeks is that when there's a government shutdown, then the things that we economists call the soft data, the survey data, tend to really, really tank because everyone's in a terrible mood because Washington can't work and the government shut down and they're worried about how bad it's going to be.
Sure.
But the hard data are what do people actually do with their lives, with their pocketbooks? And so, for example, we just saw the best Black Friday ever. You know, people went out getting ready for the Christmas holiday shopping season, feeling very, very optimistic about the economy. As we go into next year, don't forget that all the people who have no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, who are going to be able to deduct the interest on their car loan if they buy a car, all those things are kicking in big time as we go into next year. That's why Secretary Bessent and I are both very confident that we're going to be looking at growth in the four numbers for the first.
That's the National Economic Council Director, Kevin Hassett, who's speaking right there. And yeah, if you look at the hard data, it looks pretty good. But people don't care about that in mainstream media places when they want to talk about soft numbers, soft data polling information, because they want to spin the narrative as poorly as possible against the conservatives and against specifically President Trump. Let's play this audio. This is different. This is Governor Tim Walz out of Minnesota, who's definitely been acting like a moron a whole lot, and certainly been called retarded by President Trump several times, which has caused a bunch of backlash and craziness. And I'll just say this, growing up as a kid, that word didn't mean you were disparaging someone who actually had mental disability. That's not what it meant. When you were younger, it meant that you were making fun of someone that should be capable of thinking about things correctly, and they weren't. But it wasn't to disparage someone who actually had a condition of any kind. You know that, I know that, we all know that. And at some point, our society decided to pretend as though the benefit of the doubt was no longer deserved for anyone. Meaning you can't use language with good intention. If you use that language and it has good intention, how dare you? You're still a terrible, awful, horrible person, whoever you are, whatever the word is. It doesn't even matter how genuinely bad the word actually is. It just matters what the invented intention of that word can be. But nonetheless, Tim Walz doing I think, press conference the other day was asking people to stop calling him this because he thinks it's going to, quote, incite violence. That makes no sense to me. No matter how much you want to jump from one, spot to another on this topic, or say something over here is offensive or whatever, I still don't understand how we get to like chaos in the streets, but apparently Tim Walz thinks we do.
True. This creates danger.
No, it doesn't.
And I'll tell you what, in my time on this, I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word in front of people. This is shameful. And I have yet to see an elected official, a Republican elected official, say, you're right, that's shameful. He should not say it. So look, I'm worried. We know how these things go. They start with taunts, they turn to violence. So
this is crazy to hear him say this too, because the people who've actually had their lives almost taken, or people who actually lost their lives, like Charlie Kirk, had this happen because of very different language that turned into violence, not the R word turning into violence as Tim Walz thinks it is, or I'm willing to say the word retarded. And again, for a long, long time, that word was not actually trying to take down anyone with any mental disability. It was trying to say something very different, like moron or idiot to your friend. And if you gave people the benefit of the doubt, you wouldn't need to attack the use of that specific word. All right, let's take a break. Let's do a lot today. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
This is Gary Dick. Rural hospitals feeling the pinch at 6:32. Join the Indiana Lawyer December 9th for the inaugural Indiana Lawyer Power Breakfast. RSVP now at ibj.com/events.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
It's cold out there, and if you spent all last winter thinking that it was time to replace your windows, but you didn't want to spend the money or have your windows done in the middle of winter, it's good you waited, because right now during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. Not only could you get affordable custom windows, but shorter wait times mean you'll get them fast. And Window Nation will install them in 1 day while keeping your house warm and dry.
And once they're installed, your new windows instantly stop those bitter, freezing drafts that come into your house. They're backed with a lifetime warranty, and you're going to save money on your monthly utility bills. It's no wonder Window Nation has over 45,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Ask about the big Window Nation end of the year sale. Your chance to save 50% off all style of windows, plus 0% financing for 5 years. Visit windownation.com.
This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden.
From sparkling Christmas trees to glowing holiday decorations and show-stopping fresh greenery and trees for inside and out, Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in, get inspired, and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on 135 in Bargersville.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. We want to watch out for the ramps and bridges today because they could be icy, and that has caused us some problems here these last few rush hours. So keep an eye on that, and just you can plan accordingly by reducing your speed a little bit and just taking it easy this morning if that's possible. Looking at inbound 70 coming in from Hancock County. Look fantastic. State Road 924 65, 12-minute trip. Then another 5 into the North Split. Traffic sponsored by O'Keefe's Working Hands Ham Cream. That's hand cream, not ham cream. Cold weather wearing on your hands. Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. You'll see visible results in one use and guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands. O'Keefe's Working Hands, America's #1 hand cream. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Partly cloudy with a high of 31 for today. It is 18 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
And it's really important to me, too, why we're getting to do this, is that you get to go be with Bay.
I get to go be with my husband. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because I ended up connecting with Ronnie on a personal level. There was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
This holiday season, give the gift of Indy's most iconic dining experiences. Now through December 31st, Hughes Culinary is offering a 20% bonus gift card with every gift card purchase of $125 or more. That's 20% more to give or keep for yourself.
And gift cards are available at all Hughes Culinary restaurants, St. Elmo Steakhouse, Harry and Izzy's, the HC Tavern and Kitchen, and 1933 Lounge. You can also order online at HughesCulinary.com. Make the season unforgettable with gift cards from Hughes Culinary.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. I did jump this morning, actually. You have Carl and Matt hanging out, as they do every single morning on this show. As I have to tell this story on the air, and I decided to wait till this segment to do it. Carl gave me a phone call about an hour and 15 minutes ago. And that's the second time that I've had a fill-in shift at WIBC where Carl has called me. The first time that happened, I had overslept my alarm. And I was late for the show, and I think I just made it. I don't know if you remember that one, Carl, but I think I made it with like a minute or two on the air. And I do the show from my house. So that's how crazy and hectic that can be. This time when you called me, I only looked at the minute on my phone. I didn't see the hour. I saw 04. The show starts at 05. And so I thought I had a minute. I threw my phone. I jumped out of my bed. I ran into another room to set everything up. And I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm struggling a bunch. I think I called you like one more time and hung up on you real quick. And then by 06, 07, I'm on the air, or at least I think I'm on the air, and I'm hearing something else, and I'm talking to Carl, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's an hour before the show, isn't it? I had the most amazing hour after that moment of being freaked out and thinking I was late for the radio. And everybody in radio has those like nightmares where we think we're going to be late. And I even had a close call. at this station one time that Carl saved me from. And so I love the fact that it happened this morning. But man, oh man, was I freaking out for a little bit there. I don't know if anybody wants to react to that story.
Don't you have 2 alarm clocks?
I have 3, actually, now.
Okay.
I have 3 different alarm clocks, Carl. But it was crazy, and I just don't have my glasses, or I think they were downstairs or something. So the whole time I'm like staring real close to my computer, trying to log into stuff, and I just thought I was super late for the show. But it was hilarious. And then this whole hour, I've just been calming down from thinking that I was 3 or 4 minutes late to being on the radio in for Tony K.
That would have been an incredible broadcast if he just like woke up and was like started doing the morning show. Hey, I don't know what's going on in the world right now, but Carl, do you want to talk?
See, here's the trick to that, Carl. You prep the night before, and then hopefully nothing happened overnight. Because this did happen one other time, and you saved me. You called, my alarm didn't work, and now I have 2 or 3 alarms for that. Is Matt Baer just super busy? Is that why he doesn't want to jump in on this?
No, I was dialing up for Hank. I thought we were on Hank this morning, to be honest. I had my chaps on, and I was ready to sling some country music.
Let's go.
I ate at Texas Roadhouse last night, had a full meal, and I was ready to play some country. But here we
Good
are.
deal.
So I'm happy to be back on WIBC.
Me too.
Looking at our god-awful roads once again. So
No, dude, but you've had that nightmare before, right? We've all had that in
Lord,
radio.
dude, there is nothing worse than seeing the sun come up, like during the summertime, and knowing that you overslept your alarms.
Yeah.
Because we get up early, and during the summer, it's supposed to be dark.
Right.
We're going to work, and you look out the window, and the sun's coming up, and you're like, no, no.
Yeah. Well, I think radio people, I've talked to a bunch of radio people over the years, like we have this unique nightmare, actual, like you dream it, where you can't talk and you're on the radio, or there's some variation of it for all of us. And that's one of them, is that you showed up late and you're not on the air and you're supposed to be on the air. And so it's just funny when it actually happens, or you think it's happening to you, and then you try to calm down for an hour from that. Like I was pacing. I was doing all kinds of stuff this morning after thinking that I was 2 minutes late for the show. It was a very amusing morning to me. I guess this is you had to be there moment, and I'm glad no one was there other than myself. But it was something else.
Can you imagine if you have a 45-minute commute after this? I'm looking at our Indianapolis traffic map while you're talking about it, and I'm like, good Lord, think about rolling out of bed, and you're so late at the moment, and then you have a trip on 70 to come in through Hancock County before you get to work. I mean, I've been late before. There was a time in my life I was late a lot, unfortunately. We have corrected that. But I just know how it's like this grinding failure feeling. It's the worst feeling in the world when you're late to work and you want to get there as fast as you can. And I may or may not have run a downtown Indianapolis light once or twice, and I hate admitting that. But, I mean, for us and for a lot of people listening, you have to have your butt in that seat at a certain time. It's not walking in at 9:15, showering, smelling like bath soap, be like, okay, I'm here, everybody love me.
Right.
It's nothing like that. And a lot of people listening like, my butt has to be in the seat at a certain time. And that's an awful feeling when you're going to be late.
Go ahead, Carl.
A little inside baseball. So I don't relieve anybody. So the station is automated prior to me coming in. So if I don't get here on time, we're off the air.
Right.
And I think the circumstance was that I was really low on gas. I'm like, oh, crap, I got to go get gas. And then I filled up the tank, and then I started, like, busting in at 80 miles an hour. And I was going to cut it really close, and I'm here in downtown. I'm just a couple blocks away, and there's a bunch of red lights. And I'm like, I got to stop. I got to stop. And I'm listening to the IBC, and I hear the legal ID and dead air. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I had to just go through the red light. I had to get in.
Well, see, that's what's funny. For all of us, if we actually are ever late to anything, if something happens, God forbid, some bad reason occurs and you wind up being late, like everyone will know it because there's no way to hide that in this industry, unlike some other industries where I'm sure everybody who has other jobs is supposed to be there on time. But there's a window where if you don't show up, on time to your job, you might not be publicly embarrassed the way we are when we don't do it. So, yeah, it's terrifying for that. Matt, were you going to say something else?
No, I just don't want to be late because I don't want to be replaced by AI traffic. I don't want to be replaced. The AI version of me sounds. Here, I'll start playing it. It sounds a lot like this. This is the AI version I'm playing right now. So, okay, now it's me again. Yeah, so they sound the same, but they sound astonishingly similar. Like, the same
Hold on.
thing. It's
Was
very
that a
scary.
joke? Is this
No, here, let me. I've got a little switch here that I installed.
Okay.
Here we go. Hi, I'm Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic. Okay, let me.
Okay,
All right.
all right,
Okay,
all
now
right.
it's back to me. Now it's back to me. Okay.
Good.
So
Yeah.
this is the real me.
This is a joke you can only play in a guy who hosts the show remotely, by the way. Like this wouldn't work if I'm staring you in the face right now, buddy.
I'm just saying. Hold on. Let me turn off the. Okay. There we go.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Now it's me
yeah,
again. Now it's me.
Okay.
Again. Okay. My apologies.
Speaking of which, so you have an Apple phone, right? You have an iPhone.
I do.
So
Yes, I
have you
do.
noticed that on the maps, every now and then the voice changes and it sounds really realistic? It doesn't sound like a comedian. There was one time there was like the guy was really hip.
Was he?
Yeah, he was really hip. It's like, you're coming upon a signal right now. Slow down.
It's like, hell yes, Madison Avenue construction zone. Here we go.
Yeah, he
You
was
got
really
this.
hip. And I'm like, going, boy, they're getting really good at this.
Yeah, my wife loves when it yells at me. There's like turn left. Turn left gets more aggressive than turn right for some reason on Apple Maps, where if you don't do it, it's like turn left. I don't know. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We got a lot to get to today. I am here. I am very awake and thrilled to be a part of the show, as are Matt and Carl, as they do this every morning on the show. Matt's got some traffic for us.
All right, we are looking at eastbound 70 at Shadeland Avenue. This is going away from the city center, and we have a stall on the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. Everything is open as far as the ramps go, which is going to be a little bit tricky in that 465 Shadeland Avenue collector. Looking at northbound 65 in the south split, a little bit slow right now to Raymond. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
It's the big vote on redistricting in the House.
Join us Friday 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
This is Denny Smith, and C&J's having a water quality sale of whole home protection for what matters the most. Better water for your family. Remove forever chemicals, solids, and metals from the water you cook with and drink. Invest in a softener and a reverse osmosis, UV, or dechlorinator and save $400. Invest in 2 components and save $800. City Water or Well Water, C&J, official partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever, has great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT.
The best AI for your business isn't artificial. It's advisor intelligence. With Horizon, you get real people to help you drive real growth. Open your business account today at horizonbank.com/businessai. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The cold weather has made it to Indiana, and you've noticed that your HVAC system can't keep up. But which way should you go? What system do you need? What size do you need? What's going to work for you and your family? You need Masters Heating and Cooling. If you're tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers, Masters keeps it simple. Get a full second opinion from one of their Master Comfort advisors completely free, so you can make your next home decision with confidence and peace of mind. That's a free second opinion, along with fantastic opportunities to get a perfect HVAC system tailored for you and your home. How about 0% financing for up to 60 months with a qualified system, or $1,000 off a full system replacement? Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling to get all the details. Call Masters Heating and Cooling today. 317-881-9074. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-881-9074. Masters Heating and Cooling. 881-9074, or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Holiday shoppers, it's a winter wonderland of gift ideas at all 4 locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark stores, celebrating 40 years. Gifts for everybody on your list. Cozy and warm gifts, too, like super soft pajamas and cute matching holiday designs, thermal slipper socks. The socks are just $12.99. Luxury velvet robes are gorgeous, and Hello Mellow Cuddlers heated slippers, $19.99 each. Beautiful cardigans with a scrolly Santa image and frosted deer that are perfect for your holiday parties. The Believe St. Nick sweatshirts for mom and daughter are adorable in the popular pink Christmas motif that we're seeing so much of this year. Customers love Cynthia's warm Sherpa blankets to cuddle up with to watch a good Hallmark movie, just $19.99 with a cozy hand warmer mug. $14.99 filled with hot cocoa and topped off with charming snowman marshmallows that come individually wrapped in a big bag for just $10.99. Shop family-owned Cynthia's Hallmark, celebrating 40 years. 116th and Allisonville Road, 116th and Brooks School Road, 96th and Lantern Road, and in Greenfield. Bakersfield.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Hey, Black Friday's come early to Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 deal. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So get those Black Friday deals all month long at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. Offer good through 12/31/25.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Who's in court this morning? You have a clear radar, but it is bone-chilling 14 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, topping out at 30. Feels more like it's 10 degrees. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The man accused of placing pipe bombs at the Republican and Democratic headquarters back in 21 will stand before a judge today.
Brian Cole was arrested Thursday in Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro said today will be his first appearance on 2 charges.
Transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials.
Even as the normal process toward a potential trial begins, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino says there's more to do outside of Cole's arrest.
Interviews to be conducted. The search warrant processing scene is not even done.
And that's Fox's Gernell Scott reporting. The man accused of murdering a United Healthcare CEO in New York City, his name's Luigi Mangione. He returns to court today for the 4th day of a hearing on whether evidence will be allowed in his murder trial.
We're expecting to hear from a couple of officers who responded to a 911 call at that McDonald's in Pennsylvania from customers who recognize the suspected killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The judge also made public some of the exhibit photos showing items recovered from Mangione during his arrest at that McDonald's, including the laptop that was with him and a photo of all the cash that was found on him at several $1,000s, mostly in $100 bills.
And that's Fox's Chanley Painter in New York City this morning. And New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani is being honored as one of the most mispronounced words in 2025. A new list out today says 3 words are making the list: the Tylenol pain reliever acetaminophen and the Louvre Museum in Paris. So Zoran Mamdani, acetaminophen, and the Louvre. People are having trouble pronouncing those. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Greene County General Hospital is planning to discontinue obstetric services at the end of January. Officials said this week the move is part of a planned transition in response to what it calls long-term trends affecting rural hospitals across the country. The hospital, located in the town of Linton, about 90 miles southwest of Indianapolis, said the decision follows a comprehensive review of a variety of issues, including ongoing reimbursement challenges. A company led by Herb Simon and his family is working to bring a Ritz-Carlton hotel to downtown Indianapolis, with plans to incorporate the luxury brand into its mixed-use project on the former CSX site across Pennsylvania Street from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 3 sources familiar with the deal told IBJ a partnership agreement has not been finalized, but renderings shared with the City Commission this week included versions of the Ritz-Carlton's lion head logo and brand name. The Golden Spike section of the Puffer Belly Trail in Fort Wayne is now complete. The $4.2 million, nearly 2-mile asphalt stretch provides connectivity to hundreds of shops, restaurants, and entertainment options. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get 50% off a subscription to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. This Cyber Week only, get unlimited digital access and the award-winning IBJ newspaper at half off. Stay ahead with the stories, insights, and trends shaping Indiana business. But hurry, this deal ends December 5th at midnight. Visit IBJ.com/CyberWeek to get 50% off your subscription today.
Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th, all part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Fresh Realm Inc., a Texas-based food production company that was involved in a major recall of its products this year due to a deadly outbreak of listeria, plans to permanently close its Indianapolis plant early next year. It's a move that will end employment for about 170 workers at the facility. The Central Midwest Regional Council of Carpenters has broken ground on a $15 million training center in Warsaw. The Greenwood-based union told our partners at WSBT TV, Channel 22, the facility, which has been nearly a decade in the making, will provide training for carpenters, millwrights, and floor coverers. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, Gary, looking at westbound 70, it looks pretty good going out to the airport right now from downtown. So if you're doing the ride-sharing business, making the money, you're looking pretty good right now as you make your way from Meridian out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway at Ameriplex. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go approaching 465. And it slows again from Raymond into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Partly sunny, a high of 31 today, 18 right now and overcast in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC. With sports, Ryan Hedrick.
Fred, good morning. Second-ranked IU football team battling for the Big Ten Conference Championship tomorrow against top-ranked Ohio State. IU hasn't beaten Ohio State in decades. Both teams 12-0. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan as the kickoff goes up at Lucas Oil Stadium at 8. The Indianapolis Colts look to break a 9-game losing streak in Jacksonville Sunday. Running back Jonathan Taylor says it's time to change that.
You got to focus on the past. You got to focus on the history. It's like watching film to learn and grow. But at the end of the day, you just have to figure out, hey, this is a new year. What do we need to do to be successful this year with what we have and the trajectory that we're on?
And the Colts have lost a couple of games in a row. And the Indiana Pacers have lost 2 games in a row. They try to change that in Chicago against the Bulls tonight. The Pacers are 4-18. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me.
Yeah! This is a great song. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC. It takes a little long to kick, but it's good. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about today. So a big thing happened yesterday. Pam Bondi and several other people did the press conference where they talked about arresting Brian Cole Jr., a guy that they say is the person behind the January 6th pipe bombing thing. And if you don't remember that, the day before January 6th, someone put pipe bombs outside both the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee. So it wasn't just Democrats. that were targeted. Mainstream media would seem to pretend as though it was much more a Democrat thing than a Republican thing. None of the bombs went off. None of the explosions happened. And for a long time, a lot of people were very suspicious that it seemed like an inside job. There was even a woman that was identified online. I think she eventually tried to say that she was innocent by showing a video of her playing with puppies at the time of the bomb placement. All this is crazy. But anyway, the latest information on the case is that a person was arrested. Now, Republicans, and specifically members of the DOJ, are taking a bit of a victory lap. Dan Bongino, Kash Patel of the FBI, said that this was something they were heavily focused on after getting their gig. And there's something really amazing about comparing this version of news reporting to what CNN did about this story. So let's first play Pam Bondi at a press conference, Fox News. I'll put this up on television, announcing that they had caught this person.
Brian Cole Jr. was arrested and charged with placing the pipe bombs at the RNC and the DNC on January 5th, 2021. He has been charged with violating 18 U.S.C. 844, which is use of an explosive device.
Yep.
This investigation is ongoing. As we speak, search warrants are being executed, and there could be more charges to come. I'm going to let our U.S. attorney discuss that shortly.
I'll skip that for now. Let's go to Kash Patel saying how great of a job they did.
As the Attorney General said, we did not discover any new information. What we did, an investigation spearheaded by the Deputy Director and the ADIC of our Washington field office, brought in a new team of investigators and experts, re-examined every piece of evidence, sifted through all the data, something that the prior administration refused and failed to do. As a result of that, we generated numerous investigative leads, executed multiple legal process with our U.S. attorney partners, and came to this conclusion today.
We figured it out. We had all the information. The Biden administration had all the information. We did it. One last piece of audio to ram this message home is Dan Bongino, who Kash Patel just said this was really his baby. This was something that he started from the moment he got into the FBI. He wanted to crack this case.
My first meeting, I swore in, and I kid you not, probably 15 minutes later, and the people who are in the meeting know, I said, when I get in there, I want a full brief on this pipe bomber case on day one. And I looked at the case agent after getting a full brief on what they'd done, and they had done some a pretty extensive amount of work. They had chased down, I think, thousands of leads, 6,000 plus interviews had been conducted, hundreds of tips, and it still was relatively stale, the case. And I grabbed the case agent on the way out, and I said, "You're going to get me this guy. You're going to track this guy down, and you're going to find him. You're going to get me this guy.
You're going to get me this guy. I'm going to get him. There's no reason we can't get him." Now, I love all that. That's a bunch of celebration. There are still conspiracy theorists out there, if that's what I want to call it, that think that maybe this isn't the guy. But here's my favorite part of this story. Jake Tapper went on CNN after all of this happened and identified the dude as a white man. And the photo that is viral with Brian Cole demonstrates he's definitely not a white guy. But that's how little CNN even still cares about this story. The Biden administration screwed up. They didn't follow leads. They didn't figure things out. And it seems that the DOJ under Trump has done that and has succeeded quite a bit here. But I love the fact that Jake Tapper's like, I can't be bothered to know much about this. The name is Brian Cole. I'm assuming that's a white guy.
Capitol attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction by means of explosion.
Yeah, he's a black man, by the way. But the narrative matters more than the facts. And when the facts don't help you at all, a whole lot of people on the certain side of the aisle just ignore the narrative or just don't solve the case. They're like, screw it. We're not going to figure this out. We're going to move on. That's hilarious to me. But way to go for Bongino and everybody involved in figuring this out. If, in fact, once we get more information, anybody out there who's skeptical believes that this is what happened. But for now, they're saying that even more proof is going to be released. But there's videos. There's a bunch of stuff that seems to indicate that they got their guy, something that the Biden administration had no reason not to do and didn't do. All right, quick break. A lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. We're checking northbound 65 a little bit slow before 465 and then slow again from Raymond Street into the South Split. That's because of road construction. We could have ice on the ramps here today. Those are going to be spots we want to chill on just a little bit, so please be safe on that. Everything else as far as delays, we're off to a good start this Friday morning. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy-colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like we have 18-degree weather right now and overcast, sunny with 31 today. That temperature is brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local, well-trained expert you can trust like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? We'll find that American Standard Air Dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
JMV here. This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Sparkling Christmas trees, glowing holiday decorations, show-stopping fresh greenery, and trees for inside and out. Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in and get inspired and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
The only thing between you and your best self is the start button. This Cyber Monday, explore the world with Nordic Track. From the peaks of Peru to the streets of Paris, every workout moves you somewhere new with iFit trainers leading the way. The equipment's amazing, smooth, quiet, and those screens make it all feel real. Ready to start your next workout adventure with the #1 treadmill brand in the U.S.? Shop NordicTrack.com for Cyber Monday savings. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere.
By the time this ad ends, Washington will have burned through millions of your dollars. That's not how we do things in Indiana. I'm Congressman Jefferson Shreve, bringing Hoosier common sense to Washington. I passed legislation to cut waste, save taxpayers millions, and deliver real tax relief for workers and families. Less waste, more money in your pocket.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Make a difference this season with WIBC's Radiothon, sponsored by Financial Center, your credit union for what's next. Learn more and get involved at fcfcu.com.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Matt and Carl hang out as they do every single morning on this show. Some of the most Googled things of 2025 include Labubu, which of course seemed to get Googled a lot, or Labubus. Apparently they did the plural form. Also 6'7". Why are the kids saying 6'7" is a very popular search. And then this is my favorite one. Hot honey cottage cheese sweet potato beef bowl. That is also one of the most Googled terms of 2025. Does anyone know why hot honey cottage cheese sweet potato beef bowl popped up so much?
I mean, it's the newest health trend. It sounds ridiculous to prep. That's all I'm saying.
It does sound horrible.
Yeah.
It is a TikTok recipe that went viral for all the things that Matt just said, because people believe it's healthy and delicious. But that is one of the longer terms that has been a viral sensation. Hot honey cottage cheese, sweet potato beef bowl.
Honey cottage cheese. Well, I mean, you need something to make cottage cheese taste better, so it might as well be sugar.
See?
So, you know.
Right.
yeah.
That's the problem I
Put
have
honey
with
on
it, man, is cottage cheese is gross.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
nasty. Yeah.
There's nothing good about it. Maybe health-wise there's something good about it, but other than that, it's an awful thing. I don't want it with hot honey anything. I don't want it in my beef bowl. I'm very upset by this.
If I'm getting something that says bowl, there better be ramen in it.
There you go. If I'm getting a beef bowl, I want it to be unhealthy. That's what I want it to be. But yes, so these are some of the most Googled terms. Does anyone care about the 6'7" thing?
Well, the 6'7" thing, I was curious about that for a little bit because I didn't, you know, I'm not a big social media guy, so the 6'7" joke really kind of flew over my head at first. But isn't that just something younger people say just to be like, okay, and tell somebody they're dismissing, like an older generation or something? It's a little bit like okay, boomer.
I think so. And I think it's just whenever anybody says that, 6'7", they just got to put their hands up and jiggle their hands, and they just seem to really enjoy that. I don't know. I feel like I'm a bah humbug person at this time in my life with the trends and the young kids because I'm now 40, and I don't get it. I don't get any of the slang. I don't get a lot of it. I never thought I'd be here on this, porch yelling at the kids to get off my lawn, and yet I feel that way with a lot of this stuff. 6'7" is definitely among the things that annoys me a lot when I see it happen in real life.
There was an old phrase that was 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other, or something of that nature. So I'm wondering if it kind of a spinoff on that, because my dad used to say that, be like, oh, it doesn't matter. That's his way of saying it. That, one way or the other, it's going to be this. So maybe it kind of comes from that a little bit. 6'7", it's I don't know. It's just. We had things when I was a kid that didn't make any sense to people our age at the time either, right? So I kind of look at it as something that I'm not going to participate in. I just maybe kind of roll my eyes and be like, okay, yeah.
That's fair, but I like to criticize it so much more. I have more fun.
It is it's silly. I don't understand it, but maybe it's the right. But
I want to go with the hottest take. Labubus are terrible. These are awful, horrible things. Anyone out there who wants a Labubu, who buys a Labubu, who spends a lot of money on these, they just look like little demons. Like I don't get anything about this and the value of it. And wasn't there the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade? Wasn't there a Labubu that actually was flying over the sky?
I thought Labubu was something that fit really snug, just kind of around the waist. What is a Labubu?
It makes some Labubus. You don't know what these are?
No.
Oh man, Carl, do you know what these are?
No, too old.
Okay, that is fantastic. I wonder how many people in the audience have no idea what this is. It's a very trendy, it's a little doll thing that has teeth that stick out crazy. You can Google it if you want to, and it's the latest Beanie Baby. It's the thing that everybody's paying too much money for, and they love them a lot. And I think Thanksgiving, the float, had a massive Labubu this year, and it's one of the reasons that people Googled it so much. But these things are terrifying, and I don't understand why anyone likes them. They're so dumb. I really don't like them. And I'm seeing them on people's purses more now. I was going to the grocery store the other day, and these two young women were walking in front of me, and both of them had little Labubus hanging off of their purse. And I just thought it was the dumbest thing I've seen in a while.
Okay, I just Googled Labubu, and I have a picture of a plastic crying doll. The doll is crying. So
sure. That's what it is.
They just cry all the time like a real baby?
I don't think they all cry. I think some of them are just have a weird smile with a bunch of jagged teeth sticking out. It's really, really dumb. But people are paying a lot of money for these. Let me see how much.
Yeah, I see. I'm just looking at one. $526.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, dude. One of the Labubus sold for $170,000.
Fantastic.
I love how everybody's just like, wow, this is great. I thought that everybody knew about these by now.
I thought the economy was bad, but clearly it isn't.
No, not the Labubu economy. That thing it's crushing. Right?
And they have sharp teeth. That's the beautiful thing.
Right.
It's a crying plastic doll with sharp teeth. I can't imagine anything more pleasant for a toddler.
It could be used as a bottle opener.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go.
This sounds amazing. I love the fact, I thought it broke through, but 2/3 of our show had no idea what a Labubu was. So maybe it's still not breaking through.
6 to 7, Craig. 6 to 7.
All right, we'll take a break. We got a lot coming up, a lot to talk about today. Some of the most mispronounced words out there is a list I'll get to a little bit later on. I do love these, and I'll probably mispronounce some of them. Matt, you got some traffic for us?
Yeah, guys, looking at northbound 65 on the south side, we slow from Edgewood Avenue up to 465, and again before Raymond into the south split. That's a construction zone. And also eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. That is a stall on the exit ramp. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy-colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Well, there's a big reason why Window Nation was recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies. You want to know what that reason is? It's because they are the best. I have Window Nation windows. I work with Window Nation. They replaced my old windows in the front of my house in a day, left my house cleaner than before the install. And they have got one huge sale going on right now.
Yeah, the clock is ticking here. Window Nation's big end-of-the-year sale. This is where you could get 50% off all window styles. 50% off. And if that's not enough, you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. 50% off, 0% interest financing for 5 years. Window Nation, A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. I've seen their work firsthand. I'm a customer. They're awesome. Go to windownation.com right now. That's windownation.com. But make sure you tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
The controversy simmers over the U.S. military operation blowing up boats.
93 WIBC.
I support the decision to knock out the boats.
What happens next?
Congress is investigating one particular boat attack.
Happens here.
Exit did not break any laws in a Signal chat group.
A man is dead in an overnight shooting.
Stay in the know.
Break ground on a new $15 million training center.
While you're on the go.
Parents love their children the most.
A jury has convicted a man in a child solicitation case.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Comprehensive cancer care is not just about treating cancer. It's caring for the person behind the diagnosis. It's our team by your side to listen, connect, and encourage, and to celebrate every milestone together. Because at Franciscan Health, your journey is our journey. Your victory is our victory. Your hope and trust in us to provide extraordinary cancer care with the latest advancements, plus a little extra TLC, is our mission. Learn more at franciscanhealth.org/cancercare.
If your dream home includes enough room for family and friends to gather during the holidays or anytime, Joyner Homes can build you the most beautiful custom home right now and ready for you to move in next year. Joyner Homes builds character-rich, smart design homes. Check out their 5-star Google reviews, visit their model homes 7 days a week, learn about their in-home architectural team, and get inspired at joynerhomes.com, where you'll see pricing and floor plans. That's joynerhomes.com, JOYNER homes.com.
This holiday season, experience the best of downtown Indianapolis with Winter Wonderland. Enjoy holiday traditions, festive attractions, and special events designed for families, date nights, and group outings. To start planning your holiday adventure, visit IndyWonderland.com. That's IndyWonderland.com. And on weekends, don't miss Spark Holidays on the Circle, where live music, Santa appearances, and holiday lights bring Monument Circle to life from 4 to 8 p.m. Find out more about Spark Holidays at circlespark.org.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
It's the big vote on redistricting in the House.
Join us Friday 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Coming up in 2 minutes, what Indianapolis police say was senseless and didn't have to happen. What forecasters are saying about these really cold temperatures and what's happening in downtown Indianapolis that's going to draw more than 60,000 people to the capital city. After Fox News, from the Technology Recyclers Studios on a Friday morning, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
A suspected bomber faces the judge. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News. Virginia man accused of putting 2 pipe bombs outside both Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters almost 5 years ago is expected in court this afternoon.
The suspect, 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr., is facing 2 federal charges: transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and attempted malicious destruction by means of fire and explosive materials. Investigators say it was a new look at old information in the original file that broke the case. Authorities spent the majority of Thursday outside Cole's home in a Washington suburb. According to court documents, cell phone pings indicate Cole's cell phone was in the area of the RNC and DNC the night of the crime, the night before the U.S. Capitol riot. But investigators have not publicly shared why Cole allegedly targeted the DNC and RNC headquarters.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The Trump administration targets another boat in international waters.
The U.S. military says it conducted another lethal kinetic strike on a boat operated by a designated terrorist organization, this time killing 4 men. U.S. Southern Command posted on X that intelligence confirmed the vessel was carrying illicit narcotics and transiting along a known narco-trafficking route in the Eastern Pacific. This marks the 22nd strike on suspected drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean and Pacific, bringing the total killed to 86. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
The Mercury taking a deep dive in the mid-Atlantic with temperatures in the teens in parts of New York and Philadelphia, where this girl is dressed for the cold plunge.
Sweatpants, 2 pairs of pants, and 2 socks on, and Uggs on.
Sounds like a good wardrobe for the weather. Many other parts of the country are seeing snow on top of the cold. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
2 people are dead, and the cops say what happened is senseless. Your radar is clear. It's 14 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, only expecting a high of 30 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02.
There's not a business on this street that would not give any one of these people that are out here that needed help, that needed food, shelter, whatever it is, they wouldn't bend over backwards to try to take care of them.
And that is IMPD East District Commander Michael Leeper talking about a woman who was shot and killed inside of a clothing store called Josephine's on Indy's east side along East Washington Street. Leeper said the guy that shot her ran away from the store but was caught after a short foot chase, but not before he shot himself. He later died at the hospital. Wind chills are in the single digits across Indiana as you wake up this morning, but temperatures are expected to warm up just a bit, just in time for the Big Ten championship game Saturday.
Likely to be a cloudy day, maybe a little bit of wind, but right now we're expecting highs in the city, probably in the low to mid 30s.
Forecaster Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service, and of course that game is being played inside, but still there will be plenty of fans out around downtown Indy starting Saturday afternoon. The Indiana House is set to vote Friday on mid-decade redrawing of the state's congressional maps, and it's expected to pass. Lawmakers will meet around 10. The new map would reshape Indiana's 2 Democratic districts, and this after support from President Trump and a couple of visits from Vice President J.D. Vance. Some people people in Fishers may have been a little bit surprised about who showed up at their door to make a delivery on Wednesday. Sherrod Lewis explains.
Fishers police officers probably didn't think they'd be making Amazon deliveries during their shift on Wednesday, but that's what happened after a company driver drove off from an officer who was trying to pull them over. The driver ended up crashing the vehicle and then tried to run away from police, but they ended up catching and arresting them. The officers then took it upon themselves to finish delivering the rest of the about 50 packages left in the Amazon vehicle. Sherrod Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In a Hamilton County courtroom this morning, an Indianapolis man will step to the judge facing a couple of counts of murder. His name is McLean Mert, and he's in a wheelchair. And police say he was at Britton Tavern in Fishers earlier this week when some type of dispute broke out over a vape. Witnesses told the cops that Mert, who uses a wheelchair, is confined to it, shot Justin Burton near the bathrooms. During the altercation, Mert's chair tipped backward as he fired the weapon. He was arrested at that bar. He faces a couple of counts of murder. That court hearing set for a little after 9 o'clock. Tomorrow is game day for the IU football team, ranked second in the country as they take on the top dog, Ohio State, for the Big Ten championship.
We got to have a great plan in place to attack on the early downs, be efficient, really run the ball efficiently so we can set ourselves up for success. And stay out of those third and long situations, which no one enjoys being in.
And that's center Pat Coogan. Both teams 12-0, and the Buckeyes are about a 4-point favorite right now. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the fives. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at northbound 65, slow before Raymond into the south split. Westbound 70, a little tight before West Street. Inbound 69, looking pretty good coming down from Fishers. State Road 37 to 465, 5-minute trip with no delays. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop the cyber sale at Grand Appliance for hundreds in exclusive savings on America's #1 appliance brand, LG. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom to save. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does the weather look?
Hey, good morning. We've got a little bit of cloud cover out there that's kind of acting as a blanket here in Indianapolis and points southward. So temperatures are in the teens. But where skies have cleared in the northern metro area, northern Indiana, we're talking about single-digit readings. So cold start this morning. We'll look for some sunshine this afternoon. We'll get up to 30 degrees. The clouds return later tonight, and we won't fall off too much. I think we'll see lows right around 25. And then for the busy weekend in Indianapolis, we are going to look for a partly to mostly cloudy sky on Saturday, 34. And then on Sunday, we're talking about some scattered rain or snow showers possible. We could see some minor accumulations in central and northern sections of Indiana with highs right around 31 on Sunday.
Thank you very much, Tara. Right now, it is 7:06 Friday morning. Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about. Stephen A. Smith popped up on The View. I do like Stephen A. on The View and some of the stuff that went viral with his appearance there on that show. Let's play this part, because this is probably my favorite part. Whoopi Goldberg says a crazy thing. Stephen A. Smith is about to tell her that she's nuts, and then they immediately go to break, which is the best part. It was kind of crazy. Here we go. Let's show you how ridiculous it can be on TV. And Stephen A., obviously a TV pro, probably was unhappy about this, in the commercial break, that he couldn't respond to the crazy stuff that Whoopi Goldberg was saying. Here we go.
I'm going to say one more thing because, I know that you have very strong feelings about Democrats, but I do have this to say to you. It was important, I think, for Democrats to show that they stood with the LGBT community, that they stood with black women and women in general, because once you let us go, once you let women and poor people go, what do you have? And so I've listened to lots of people say, that you didn't follow what was necessary. They did it the way they thought they could. It didn't work for them. They got it.
See, respectfully,
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
That's okay.
Let me explain.
Just like you said to Sonny.
Let me explain.
He sure did say that to me.
Let me
We're
explain.
going to come back.
But
we have to take a break.
Oh!
We have to take a break. When we come back, you can explain.
Come on. That's ridiculous. That's insane. They're like, we got to take a break. Whoopi's whole point is that if the Democratic Party loses women and poor people, that they don't have any supporters anymore. What's insane about that idea is that it demonstrates how emotional the campaign messaging is on one side of the political aisle, and how it's not actually about the things they're going to do in office. They tell you emotionally that we care about you. We promise to do things for you. And then you check in with those communities, whether it's a certain racial group or it's people in a certain community, whatever, or I guess just women as a whole, according to Whoopi Goldberg. And a lot of times people will say, you know what, the things I thought this party was going to do for me, they didn't do. They didn't actually help me over here or help me over there. But that's why every issue in politics right now, at least for Democrats, turns into this campaign about how you yourself are going to be damaged in some way if you don't do this thing or vote this person out or get this person to not have political power anymore. Then you somehow are going to be personally harmed in the decision making of that party. It's just ridiculous. It's insane. And my favorite part of identity politics, or whatever you want to call it, that so often is what Democrats do, is this crazy story out of Minnesota and Governor Tim Walz, who has been called retarded by President Trump for how stupid he seems to look in how much fraud existed there and how little he seemed to do to try to prevent it or stop it or even be aware of it, which is crazy. And then also pretend that none of this is his fault. The guy in charge doesn't have to take any blame. Ilhan Omar was asked questions about this too, and her answers were equally terrible. Let's play a little bit of that audio.
Can you shed any light on why the fraud got so out of control in Minnesota?
I think what happened is that when you have these kind of new programs that are designed to help people, you're oftentimes relying on third parties to be able to facilitate. And I just think that a lot of the COVID programs that were set up, they were set up so quickly that a lot of the guardrails did not get created.
That was a terrible answer to this question. Why do you think it got so out of hand? I'll tell you why it got so out of hand. The people that were asking for money from Minnesota were threatening to turn it into a racial story if they weren't given money without any checks and balances. Not only did they want your cash, they wanted as much of your cash as you could possibly give them. And they wanted that money regardless of anything else going on. And if you didn't give them the money, they told you that you were being a racist. They threatened that. They threatened to go to news organizations. They turned it into identity politics against the identity politicians and said, if you don't keep writing these blank checks to us and giving us no sort of requirements to what we do with the money or tell you what we're doing with it, then we'll call you racist. And they gave in. That's exactly what happened. Obviously, it's what happened. But she is such an idiot in how she responds to it and talks about it that her answer is very simplistically, there's a lot of fraud during COVID, which there absolutely was. A lot of fraud was awful and terrible. But the reason that we're in 2025 now and still talking about the insane amount of very specific fraud that existed from certain organizations out of Minnesota is about the identity politics thing and not just about the failure across the board by everyone in government when it came to COVID funding. All right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz in the Morning News.
Holiday shoppers, it's a winter wonderland of gift ideas at all 4 locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark stores, celebrating 40 years. Gifts for everybody on your list. Cozy and warm gifts, too, like super soft pajamas and cute matching holiday designs, thermal slipper socks. The socks are just $12.99. Luxury velvet robes are gorgeous, and Hello Mellow Cuddlers heated slippers, $19.99 each. Beautiful cardigans with a scrolly Santa image and frosted deer that are perfect for your holiday parties. The Believe St. Nick sweatshirts for mom and daughter are adorable in the popular pink Christmas motif that we're seeing so much of this year. Customers love Cynthia's warm Sherpa blankets to cuddle up with to watch a good Hallmark movie, just $19.99 with a cozy hand warmer mug. $14.99 filled with hot cocoa and topped off with charming snowman marshmallows that come individually wrapped in a big bag for just $10.99. Shop family-owned Cynthia's Hallmark celebrating 40 years. 116th and Allisonville Road, 116th and Brooks School Road, 96th and Lantern Road, and in Greenfield.
remodeled.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Life is full of changes. Seasons shift from hectic and busy to slow and calm. Yet through all of the seasons of life, our windows remain the same, just as we installed them. No matter how much life changes, with our industry's best warranty, our windows provide you with peace of mind that lasts for years to come. Call now or visit bwindow.com and receive 68% off your next project.
That's Faber's B-Window. Trust me.
Matt Fair, how do our roads look?
All right, Craig, looking at northbound 65 on the south side, slow from Raymond Street into the south split because of road construction. And checking out what's coming down from Lebanon right now. Southbound 65 is fantastic from State Road 32 to 865. The Dong Leg, please continue to be careful on the ramps and bridges because we could have ice there. Very cold outside. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's both Black Friday and Happy Honda Days all November at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Stop in for zero down leases, special pricing, and more all month long. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Sunny, a high of 31 for today. Right now it's 17 in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
At Hendricks, your cancer care is in the details.
You have questions, and our dedicated clinicians and expert oncologists will answer them.
You have hills to climb,
and we are going to climb them. You have dreams, and we're here to help you chase them.
You have cancer, and you have all the expertise,
the determination, and the kindness of the entire Hendricks team.
Backed by Mayo Clinic expertise.
It's not just cancer care.
It's Teresa Care. Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about. We have a popcorn moment brought to you by Boer Home Remodeling. Check out everything and anything going on with Boer if you need anything done in the house. Let's go. If you want to. This is the best moment, I thought, in the Stephen A. Smith chat on The View, where Sonny Hostin tried to trap him, tried to demonstrate how wrong he was about something. Stephen A. Smith ranted about how ridiculous the Seditious Six, as they're being called, are, specifically one member of the Seditious Six, and how their encouragement for military men and women to ignore orders from the president, even though they couldn't identify any orders the president had given that they thought were illegal. And he ranted about Mark Kelly specifically. Stephen A. did. that this was bad, that this was wrong. And so Hostin confronted him about it, even played the audio of him talking about that story on his show that he was definitely much more adamant about. And I thought this back and forth was great, even if Stephen A. didn't go full Stephen A., which means screaming and yelling. He actually was much more calm than you expect him to be. But here, let's play a little bit of that audio.
Let me just remind you that Pete Hegseth said in 2016, I do think there have to be consequences for abject war crimes. If you're doing something that is just completely unlawful and ruthless, then there is a consequence for that. That's why the military said it won't follow unlawful orders from their commander-in-chief. Okay. Now, given the fact that the secretary himself said that...
It's also sort of insane that these View audience members are so far to the left that they're applauding this. Because yes, if there is actual orders that are given that are illegal, even Hegseth agrees, and obviously Hegseth agrees, you shouldn't follow them. That's not what's happening. They're politicizing things, pretending that something is illegal when nothing has been, and they even admit to themselves nothing has been made. Let's let Stephen A. respond.
I'd love to give you the opportunity to perhaps change your position on what you said.
I'm not changing a thing.
Okay.
I didn't stutter when
You want to
said
say
it.
loud and wrong?
Well, you could call it loud and wrong all you want to. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
Okay.
Here's the reality of the situation. First of all, I don't give a damn what Pete Hegseth has to say because I will tell you right now, he was never qualified for the job. When you talk about
Steven.
DEI and eradicating that, excuse me, what was he doing hosting Fox News on the weekend and all of a sudden he's the defense secretary? Please, give me a break. I don't care what he has to say.
He leaned into the Democratic narrative.
Get that out the way. As it pertains to Mark Kelly, what I was talking about is military. What I did was get on the phone with family and friends who have served in the military. And I said, we're not civilians. This is not the court of law. You can be implicated for implying something if you are a former military member or you are a present military member. It wasn't what Mark Kelly said. It's the fact that he was a combat Navy pilot who served in the military who would tell folks, ignore an order when it could get them in the world. I said illegal. I said illegal. I'm talking about illegal.
There are no illegal orders. They've all admitted there's no illegal orders. But I love that Stephen A. Smith was very good, in my opinion, at getting to the point in the second half of his answer. Of course, he leaned in and demonstrated his Democratic Democratic qualifications by crapping on Pete Hegseth, who has done a fantastic job, in my opinion, as the Secretary of War. Which is an awesome name for the Defense Department. But nonetheless, I just thought this was awesome that Stephen A. would sit there and just absolutely rip apart the narrative that he said anything at all that he regrets because he talked to people within the military, and saying that you should ignore the orders of the sitting president for any reason is actually fully insane. All right, I want to move on to something else that I like a lot. This could also be a popcorn moment, although it's not political, so we don't have to call it that. But Columbia Sportswear has pledged to give their entire company to anyone out there that can prove definitively that the Earth is flat. I think they even have a spot that they put over on the internet and other places talking about this. I want to play this audio. It's the CEO of the company, Tim Boyle, saying, flat earthers, come on out, prove to us this thing, and you get the entire company.
Hi, I'm Tim Boyle. I'm the CEO here at Columbia Sportswear. And this message is for flat earthers. You guys claim there's an end to the earth? Well, just go snap a picture. Send it to us, and you get the assets of the company. All of it.
Awesome.
No paperwork, no lawyers, no catches.
Tim, there is some paperwork.
Hey, we're giving you all this, and all of that. Hey, flat earthers, do me a favor. If you're going to the edge of the earth, wear Columbia. You'll need it.
Yeah, you probably do need it. What do we think of this?
That is a fantastic ad. That is really good.
Isn't it? I think it's awesome. And I would like to take a lot of deceptive photos that make it look like I found the end of the earth, because he said no lawyers. He said no strings attached. I feel like I can take a photo that looks like it's the end of the earth, and then I win the company.
Well, somebody's going to walk to the edge of the Grand Canyon, take a shot, and be like, found it!
Found it! We got it. But no, I love the challenge. I love that this is out there and being talked about. Of course, the earth is not flat, in fact, for anyone that thinks it is. So Columbia is not risking very much by doing this. But I feel like they could branch even deeper into conspiracy theory and tell people, if you can prove this thing or that thing, you also get the company. I think we can go beyond the flat earth and dive even deeper.
If you've had a family member get sick off chemtrails, you can own the store.
Yeah, let's do it. All kinds. I mean, it'd be awesome, man. Like, let's have the conspiracy theorists actually have something they can win. if they go into this world and really prove a thing.
I love this so much. If you can prove that downtown monument was built by the Illuminati, you can own our store.
If you can prove that Jeffrey Epstein hung himself, please. You get the company.
You get all the work boots you want.
Yeah, and to be honest, man, I'm not saying that I don't believe that could have happened. I just want someone to prove some of these things. Some of the conspiracy theories might be true, and let's give somebody a reward for actually doing the deep dive.
BP caused that oil spill on purpose. Welcome. You own the store now.
Oh, man. How great would that be? I'd love the press conference where one of these people actually does prove something is in fact real, and then they're awarded an entire company for it. And then I love the way that their company might be run by the guy who did the deep dive into the conspiracy theory. Because Columbia Sportswear will get a lot crazier as an organization once people get involved in it that, believe some of this stuff. But nonetheless, again, I think that we deserve a reward for some of the conspiracies that wind up being true. And anyone out there that's getting mad at the radio, I promise you, I believe some conspiracies actually are accurate. It's too bland of a term to use on too many things. But this is just such a great spot. Very, very much something that I think will get a lot of people talking about Columbia, which I definitely wouldn't talk about without this.
Well, he's going to get sued. The company's going to get sued eventually because you're going to be. This reminds me, you can take a picture of anything because you're making the conspiracy theory about the world is flat. So anything to you is going to be real hardline evidence if you believe that. And it reminds me, remember way back yesterlore, the kid with the Pepsi points. And Pepsi was saying, one of their commercials, they flew in an M16 and say, as a joke, like, if you collect all your Pepsi points, you're going to be able to trade them in for this MiG, for this jet fighter. And so one kid, kind of a smartass, says, yeah, I can do that. And he gets all the points. And they're like, no supercraft, no super airline. And he sued them and won.
He did.
And, it's kind of a interesting story. So this guy from Columbia Boots, I'm always a little apprehensive when you put it out there like, yeah, you do this and you're going to get this, especially when you don't have a clear set of the terms. You don't have, you want lawyers involved in this, I would think,
What a great reference, Leonard versus PepsiCo, that you just talked about a little bit ago when he went and did the deep dive into I deserve a fighter jet and an AV-8 Harrier 2 thing. And yeah, he deserved it. Absolutely. PepsiCo said that. There's also this viral video on TikTok of a dude who put the call letters to a radio station on his forehead. Have you seen this at all?
No, what a great idea.
They did a promo at a radio station where, like, if you tattoo our call letters to your face, we'll give you $30,000. And they said it was a joke on air several times, but they said it convincingly enough that a dude did it, and he won, like, a stupid court case in one of those people court places where he actually put the call letters on his face. And so you do have to be careful about the things you offer and how you offer them on the radio or anywhere on television or the internet, because if someone can take it as legitimate, they can actually try to pursue it and then maybe get you in trouble in a courtroom.
So you know what? If you tattoo INDOT on the small of your back, I'll send you a T-shirt. How about that?
That's fine.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Carl?
Imagine if the owners of that radio station, to double up the joke on him, changed the format in the call letters.
Oh, dude. That would be harsh. That would be difficult. But they had to fork over some money, so that's something that definitely had to happen. I do love that Matt's going to go T-shirt, though, because we can facilitate that. We can make that happen, man. If you get a Matt Bear tattoo,
no. I wanted to say INDOT,
Okay. Well, either or. I feel like if they get the Matt Bear tattoo, they also deserve a T-shirt, man.
Just right there at the tramp.
Or I guess spot. Matt and Craig Excellent. Or if you get Matt and Craig Excellent podcast tattooed on your body,
that's a great idea.
We will also give you a T-shirt. That show is out there. Yeah, it's able to be listened to all the time. All right, let's do some traffic. More coming up in a bit.
All right, looking at northbound 65. It's slow before Raymond into the South Split because of construction. Inbound 70, stop and go around Emerson Avenue. Inbound 69, stop and go from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy. The House is voting on changing the map. It's Beer Sample Friday. Somebody's going to lose their shirt and pants.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Attention Indiana homeowners, are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new, no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
It's cold out there, and if you spent all last winter thinking that it was time to replace your windows, but you didn't want to spend the money or have your windows done in the middle of winter, it's good you waited, because right now during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. Not only could you get affordable custom windows, but shorter wait times mean you'll get them fast. And Window Nation will install them in one day while keeping your house warm and dry.
And once they're installed, your new windows instantly stop those bitter, freezing drafts that come into your house. They're backed with a lifetime warranty, and you're going to save money on your monthly utility bills. It's no wonder Window Nation has over 45,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Ask about the big Window Nation end of the year sale. Your chance to save 50% off all style of windows plus 0% financing for 5 years. Visit windownation.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A vote will be taken this morning at the State House. What your governor is saying about it. Your radar is clear. 14 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. We're expecting a high of around 30 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. The Indiana House will vote this morning on redrawing the state's congressional map.
We're expecting a pretty overwhelming vote there in the House, and I think that the House and Speaker Houston have just been more in touch with our own Republican voters.
That's Governor Mike Braun speaking with WIBC's Hammer and Nigel show yesterday. He says the plan would redraw Indiana's 2 Democratic districts to make them Republican ahead of next year's midterm elections. The Supreme Court is allowing Texas to use a new congressional map designed to favor Republicans. In next year's midterm election, the 6 conservative justices on the court ruled the state could proceed with the new map, while the 3 liberal justices joined together in dissent. The FBI has arrested a man that they say planted a couple of pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters in January of 21 in Washington, D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro speaking with reporters at the Justice Department yesterday.
He is arrested for transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials.
And Pirro did name the man, whose name is Brian Cole Jr. He's set to be in court this morning. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump lit the national Christmas tree in D.C. last night.
After the First Lady did the honors of lighting the tree, President Trump telling folks, as a nation, we have much to be grateful for.
Most secure border we've ever had in the history of our country. 7 months and nobody has come in illegally into our country. Nobody, not one.
Touting his administration's efforts to boost border security, reduce crime, and bring peace.
And we're making peace all over the world. We're settling wars at levels that nobody's ever seen before. 8 of them. We're looking for one more. That's Russia, Ukraine, if that's possible. And I think we'll get there eventually.
Other members of the administration at the event included Vice President J.D. Vance, Second Lady Usha Vance, and Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin reporting the season is ending early for the Marian University night football team. Here's John Herrick.
Marian University announced on Thursday that the NAIA has withdrawn their opportunity to compete in the NAIA Football Playoff Championship Series any further because an academically ineligible student athlete participated in 3 games this season. It's because of that Marian will not play in its scheduled playoff game at Kaiser University this upcoming Saturday. That also means their season is over. Marian Athletic Director Steve Downing issued an apology, and the university says it was the athletic department who found the eligibility issue during a routine internal review and reported the matter to the NAIA. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And sports on WIBC, IU takes on Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship game Saturday night at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's IU's first trip to the title game after earning a share of the conference crown. Ohio State has dominated the series over the years, and IU is still looking for its first win in a long time. These are the top 2 teams in the country right now, so enjoy. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, IU. Kickoff goes up at Lucas Oil Stadium Saturday a little after 8. The Indianapolis Colts head back to Jacksonville Sunday with the chance to take over the AFC South lead. Indy linebacker Zaire Franklin talks about the defense trying to get the offense off the field.
Being better on third down. Time of possession is extremely important. That's something that I really learned the hard way last year. Just the more shots at it you could give our offense, the fresher that we could be, the better we'll play at the end of the game.
And both teams 8-4. Colts coverage with the pregame huddle airing at 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan at 10 a.m. Sunday. The Detroit Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30 on Thursday Night Football, and the Indiana Pacers are in the Windy City tonight trying to right the wrongs of a blowout loss against the Nuggets. Tip-off goes up at 8 in Chicago. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Right now, Ryan, this just happened in the last few minutes. I see on the south side that eastbound 465 has jammed from I-65 over to Emerson Avenue, so we're keeping an eye on that. Also on the south side, northbound 65 slows down well before Raymond into the south split because of construction. Inbound 69, stop and go from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Make sure your home stays cozy and warm. Benjamin Franklin of Indianapolis is here to help with everything from water heaters, drain clearing, plumbing inspections, and more. Book at BenjaminFranklinPlumbingIndy.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Mostly sunny, a high of 31 for today. It looks like it's just 17 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Helzberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Helzberg.com for up to 50% off.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me.
Whenever I'm out
Tony Katz, the morning news. 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hang out as they do every morning on this show. It's time for our Marketplace segment, which is brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a great place to go to find out if Indiana owes you money, because they've given all three of us money. Indiana even owed me money for years that I didn't know about it until I started doing this segment on this show. And then I popped my name into the old Indiana Unclaimed website, and boom, I got some cash in the mail, even though I don't live in Indiana anymore, which is fantastic. But today's Indiana Unclaimed thing, our Marketplace thing, it just looks wrong. There's stuff that you shouldn't buy, like used, I think. Obviously, we can probably think of a bunch of things out there that would fall into this category. For some reason, a grappling dummy hits me as something I wouldn't want that someone else owned. But Grappling Smarty 2.0 is available on the Marketplace in Indianapolis. It's going for $597. And it's just a thing that looks like a dude with no face that you would wrestle against. It can't fight back, but you do this to practice grappling. And I love the description, lightly used, they said. That's hardly ever been used, actually. I love how much Carl is laughing at this. It just looks wrong. It's uncomfortable. I wouldn't want to pick this up at somebody else's house, have them hand it to me. You know, I don't want to know some stuff.
Okay, this is found at Radio Craig C at Twitter, and I'm looking. Oh, okay. When you said grappling doll, this is like a wrestling doll. It looks like something you throw on your back and you'd be like climbing a mountain or something.
Right. He's sitting in a weird position too. His legs are somewhat opened, and his arms are sitting on his knees. And he's just kind of sitting there, and you're supposed to grapple with him. However you want. And again, Carl's killing me with the laughter here. I really love the fact that, you could just buy a new one for practically the same amount of money, and I would always go that road. I don't know why I need the grappling dummy, but I'm not going to use someone some other person has been intimate with.
That was... Okay, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't my first thought.
Right. Well, no, any version of it, even the one-on-one wrestling stuff, if that's really all they're doing.
Okay, my mind.
That's still. Yeah, I don't want to know about that.
There was a scene in Pulp Fiction. That's all I'm going to say. That something dressed like this. And it looks very similar. I just want to ask, and I have to ask the question just to be safe. Are we sure there's not a human being inside this outfit?
I'm not.
Okay, I'm not sure. Either. That's what I'm saying. And I do not want to be buying a human being that I'm going to be grappling with when they don't know that that's going to be happening. It looks like a gimp outfit. That's really what it is.
I don't like
this.
Want to say, but actually, you know what's weird? If you go to the website tied to this product, which I'm not telling you to do, I don't want you to get fired from your job today. So please don't do it if you're someone out there doing it. But the video shows the dummy holding one of his legs up. Like he's got his arm wrapped around one of his legs. It's just every part of it is creepy, dude. And I don't know who would need to practice wrestling with this fake thing. I also don't know how it would teach you to wrestle, to be honest, because it's not going to fight back. So you're going to beat the dummy 100 times out of 100. You might not beat a real person in a fight.
So I'm thinking wrestling, you're about to do an inverted DDT on this thing, and it's not going to be able to counter your finishing move. That's the kind of wrestling we're talking about here. I'm impressed with it. I think it's cool. I mean, this could be a Christmas gift for your 4-year-old. I mean, you'd be like, hey, listen, I know your mom and I didn't get it done, but this is your big brother now.
There you go.
Yeah, this is
That'll be great.
I'm just, my only concern, I don't want anybody in this suit whenever it arrives on my door. I can barely take care of myself.
Mm-hmm. You know, the funny...
Imagine wrapping that thing for a Christmas present.
And trying to wrap it like it doesn't look like a human. Like, it'd be crazy. I'll say one other thing about this because you just triggered a memory, Matt. Hold on. It'll make sense. It would be better than wrestling against your actual family members. When the WWE was a big deal, we all tried to put each other in suplexes as kids, and you would get hurt that way. This is good that you would rather do this with this dummy than say, do the people's elbow to your little brother. That's probably not a good move.
When we wrestled when I was a kid, we did living room wrestling, and we had weapons.
Yes.
We'd yell weapons, and you'd go get whatever was nearest. It was insane.
What are weapons? What do you mean weapons?
We had rolling pins. We had things out of the kitchen. I mean, it was just...
Okay.
Now, we weren't like impaling each other or anything like that, but we wanted to make sure that it looked like it was the WWF at the time.
Yes.
Before the animal lovers came in and took over. It was,
World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. We wanted it to be like that. And this was even before the hardcore days of the steel cage match.
Yeah.
And we would recreate it in our living room when our parents were gone, and they never knew anything about it because we were cool and slick.
Yep. Exactly correct. The sharpshooter is one of the moves.
Yes!
Bret the Hitman Hart did the sharpshooter. If you tried to do that to an actual human being, you were going to hurt them. That was going to happen. And it may or may not have been something that we tried to practice. My little brother and I, because I was the big brother, I always won, which was great. And I would always...
It was kind of the dumbest finishing move ever because unless you were knocked out, you weren't going to let anybody put you in that.
You're
it was
right.
a figure four leg lock. I mean,
it was a figure four leg lock. You flipped the guy over and you basically broke his back, which was fantastic.
So they're selling it as lightly used. So you imagine the scenario of like why this is only lightly used. You imagine like a husband getting this and the wife going, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah. Well, I was actually more thinking about the wife getting it and the husband being like, "What the hell is that?"
Like a cuddle buddy.
Either or, it's not. We should probably take a break before we all get fired. This is Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. Craig Collins filling in with Matt and Carl.
I'm putting in my credit card right now. I mean, this is new to me. This is better than AI. Inbound 69 slows 106th Street down to 82nd. And then on the north side, eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Ditch Road over to Meridian. South side, we have a crash. It's eastbound 465 between the 65 ramps and Emerson Avenue. Left lane is blocked and traffic is stopped back to Keystone Avenue. Northbound 65 slows after Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy color diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
I have to do weather. Real quick, the weather is cold right now. It is 18 in downtown Indianapolis, and 31 is the high for today. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Put on a red tie, take a picture on the red carpet, then settle in for a night where politics actually makes sense. And the punchlines are intentional.
This year wasn't just unpredictable. It needed subtitles.
Be part of an evening with smart conversation, outstanding bourbon, and that signature Tony Katz blend of insight and entertainment. This is a night that will make your friends jealous if they don't join you. Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later, January 24th. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
The holidays are the most wonderful time of the year, and let's be honest, between travel, to-do lists, and year-end everything, it can get overwhelming. Now add retirement planning to the mix? Not a chance. Here's the good news. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. At Howard Bailey Financial, our team simplifies the process, listens to your goals, and helps you take your next retirement steps with more confidence. So while you're wrapping gifts and planning get-togethers, let Howard Bailey Financial help you wrap up your retirement plan. Get started today by texting WRAP to 888-494-5004 to download your free retirement toolkit. That's WRAP to 888-494-5004. Because financial confidence doesn't just belong under the tree, it belongs in your future. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Galaxy Concrete Coating is proud to support the Salvation Army Radiothon through My Virtual Red Kettle. Hey, it's Casey Daniels. Now through December 13th, they'll match your contribution up to $1,000. That's double the impact to make someone's life a little better. Visit WIBC.com and look for Casey's Virtual Red Kettle. And while you're at it, check out Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They can transform your home. Say goodbye to crack-stained floors and hello to durable, stunning surfaces that last. Their cutting-edge technology ensures a beautiful finish every time. You get to pick out the color. Upgrade your home today with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're for garage floors, driveways, pool decks, and patios. Call for your free estimate at 877-417-0635. This Christmas time, make a difference and upgrade your space with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're creating stronger floors and stronger communities. Find them online at galaxyconcretecoatings.com. Galaxy Concrete Coatings, a proud sponsor of WIBC's Radiothon for the Salvation Army.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
I've been a Republican my whole life.
I proudly voted for President Trump 3 times.
I want Republicans to win.
But mid-cycle redistricting isn't the right way to do it. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars.
And it gives D.C. more power to tell us what to do.
That's not how Hoosiers do things.
Tell your legislator, spend your time passing a conservative agenda
that lowers costs and makes our lives better.
And don't rig our elections.
Paid for by Indiana Conservation voters.
Make your home magical at Sundown Gardens. Wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield.
Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield brings whole health to Brookside 54 with a food pantry, nutrition tips, and a new fitness space for teachers through Impact Fitness Foundation. Learn more at anthem.com/indy/community.
Take charge of your health this Movember. On December 7th, noon to 2, head to Gugman House Brewing Company, 1701 Gent Avenue for the Men's Health event with Franciscan Health. Beer, food, football, and health resources all in one place. Learn more at WIBC.com.
Tony Katz in the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Thrilled to be with you. You got Matt, you got Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. Somebody ranked the U.S. cities that they think are the most fun, and Indianapolis did not make the top 20. Do we feel like that's an oversight? Is Indy fun enough to deserve a place in the top 20 for most fun cities in the country?
Why do I get the feeling all the cities that won the big winners are in warm weather?
A lot of them are in warm weather. That is fair. Vegas came in at number 1. Orlando and Miami, 2 and 3.
No.
Atlanta, Georgia, 4. New Orleans, 5. Houston, 6.
Yeah, it's really hot down there in all those places.
It's
and
hot in a lot of those places, yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed or not, but the weather is kind of miserable here in good old Indianapolis. Yeah, it's really cold and really icy, yeah.
Yeah, 2 places that made the top 10 or just outside of the top 10 in Chicago at 11. Cincinnati, Ohio at 10. Not so warm there. And still, Indianapolis, not on this list. Cincinnati beat the crap out of Indy on this one list. That makes no sense.
It's the Skyline Chili. The Skyline Chili is fun, especially what happens afterwards. That's a good time. I mean, you know, where they just cover the noodles with the chili and then you just throw a pound of onions on top of it. Yeah, Cincinnati's going to win for that. It's kind of cheap on their part, but yeah.
I don't know. Cincinnati's a terrible place. Let's have a rivalry with them. Let's go deep into the fight between the 2 places. Vegas, number 1, by the way, that's just predictable. You know, Vegas can be fun or it can also be horrible because you can go and you can leave with absolutely nothing, which is never fun.
More and more people I talk to now are just kind of like, I go to Vegas for the shows and the celebrityism and the lights in the sea.
Lying.
Yeah, are they lying? Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I think they are.
They're all coming back wearing a bed sheet, so maybe that's maybe I'm a little too gullible here, but that's usually what I hear. But it makes it sound fun. I don't know.
There's great shows in Vegas. Have you guys been? Has everybody on the show been to Vegas before? Okay.
Yeah, I was there when I was 19 for a wedding, and I lost my butt. That's all I remember.
It's still fun to go to Vegas, though, if you're under 21. You can't really go anywhere.
I feel like you could figure out a way for it to still be fun. I feel like you can make that happen. You've only been there one time, Matt, at 19?
Yeah,
you haven't gone back?
Okay. Never got back, never went back.
All right, probably a good thing. Probably a good decision.
Tore up.
All right. Another thing out there I saw, I do love this audio. I don't know why I love it so much. It's probably because of the very thick New Zealand accent that's a part of this. But a baby seal walked into a bar in New Zealand. That's not the setup to a joke. It's not. Thank you, Carl. It's not the setup to a joke. It is a real thing that happened. They lured the baby seal out with salmon before capturing it. And there is a woman, Bella Evans, who went viral online, the manager of the bar in New Zealand, talking about the encounter, again, with a very thick accent. I'll play a little bit of this audio.
Sitting there at the pub, and a baby seal just walked in the front door by itself. From there, the seal wandered around through the bar, and it was salmon on the pizza. So when we were trying to get the seal into the crate, I just went to my fiance and said, grab the salmon, we'll put it in there. Yeah, I think we've just enjoyed the feedback and how much the community has loved it.
Yeah.
It's just so funny that I decided to come to a pub, and it's a craft beer pub as well. Obviously wanting a drink.
I love the story. I also like the story of the raccoon that broke into a liquor store and got hammered, and then they found it passed out. I don't know if you guys saw this. Media obsessed about the raccoon liquor store story. They're failing in the baby seal walking into a bar in New Zealand story. I feel like both need to be higher profile.
How would the raccoon know to open up a bottle and drink it?
It wasn't just one, man. The raccoon seemed to shatter bottles on the ground and then drink them
and
up.
He was licking.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, drink up after you break it on the ground like any good crazy person would do, and then passed out in the bathroom. That was my favorite part of the raccoon story, is that it was passed out, and then people, and it's fine now, by the way. Anybody with PETA that's coming
going
out.
to AA.
Yeah, right. Anybody that's out there that wants to get mad about this, the raccoon is fine, and I assume the baby seal is too. But talk about a great day. All right.
I'm trying to think of what you can do with a baby seal when it comes into the bar like that. Can you milk a baby seal?
Can I see your ID?
Yeah, can I see your ID? I mean,
I want to quote Meet the Fockers, but I know that I shouldn't right now.
Right.
Because you just asked a question, and I want to. Anyway, Matt, you got traffic for us?
Southside crash, eastbound 465 after 65, backing us up to US 31. Northbound 65 jams at South Keystone Avenue into the South Split because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds of Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Imagine being the wizard of your own home. With Xfinity, intelligent self-healing Wi-Fi fixes problems like magic. It boostifies speeds to your devices when you need it most and makes your favorite Wicked content sparklify on every screen. All while a spell of protection helps keep your family safe online. When you're out in Oz, Xfinity Mobile joins Wi-Fi and 5G to keep your phone connected from here to the Emerald City. If you had the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity, everything would work together for good. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill steady for 5 whole years. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No contracts or commitments with amazifying equipment included. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Fall is great in Indy, so don't ruin it by painting. Do what Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today.
Hey, Black Friday's come early at Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 deal. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So get those Black Friday deals all month long at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. Offer good through 12/31/25.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your health care too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Coming up in 2 minutes, while lawmakers are meeting at the State House this morning, what Indy Metro Police are saying about what happened in a retail store overnight, and what the IU football team is saying ahead of its Big Ten championship game against Ohio State. Those stories coming up after Fox News. From the Technology Recycler Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
A blockbuster deal in the entertainment industry. I'm Kathleen Maloney. Fox News, a streaming giant, makes the winning bid for a major TV and film company that's home to the Harry Potter and Superman franchises.
Netflix has agreed to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery's television and film studios, as well as its streaming division, in a $72 billion deal. This breaking news right now has Netflix winning the bidding war.
That's Maria Bartiromo of the Fox Business Network. The deal requires regulatory approval. The Virginia man accused of placing 2 pipe bombs outside the headquarters of the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters nearly 5 years ago faces a judge this afternoon. The motive for Brian Cole's alleged actions still unknown. President Trump is planning a trip to Pennsylvania to promote his economic agenda ahead of the midterm elections.
The senior administration official says that the intent of going on this trip next week is to emphasize that this administration has not let up on the economy. So the president will be traveling on Tuesday to Pennsylvania to send that message to Americans face to face that he is really fighting this battle for them, and he wants to illustrate the tactics he's been using to do so. The White House does not want Americans to forget either the kind of economy that they inherited, emphasizing the inflation that rose and purchasing power that sank under the prior administration. But Democrats are seeing the slim wallets of Americans as a midterm selling point. Axios reporting that, quote, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer told top lawmakers this week to adopt a laser focus on the affordability crisis, his chosen attack plan for the 2026 midterms.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court allows the challenged congressional redistricting plan in Texas to be used in next year's election. The map is favorable to Republicans and pushed by the president. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
2 people are dead, and the cops say what happened just doesn't make any sense. Your radar is clear. It's 12 degrees at Monument Circle, only going up to 30 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 7:02.
There's not a business on this street that would not give any one of these people that are out here that needed help, that needed food, shelter, whatever it is, they wouldn't bend over backwards to try to take care of them.
That's IMPD District Commander Michael Leeper speaking to reporters after a woman was shot and killed at a clothing store named Josephine's on Indianapolis's east side along East Washington Street. Police say it started as a robbery but went south from there. The man that was thought to be involved ran away from the store when the police came, but once they cornered him, he shot himself, and he later died at the hospital. Wind chills earned single digits this morning across Indiana, and temperatures only expected to warm up a little bit this weekend, just in time for all the people getting in town for the Big Ten championship game.
Likely to be a cloudy day, maybe a little bit of wind, but right now we're expecting highs in the city, probably in the low to mid-30s.
That's Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis. He does not expect any snow this morning. The Indiana House is set to vote this morning on mid-decade redrawing of the state's congressional maps, and it's expected to pass. Lawmakers will meet at 10. The new map would replace Indiana's 2 Democratic districts, aiming to flip them ahead of the midterms next year. Some residents in Fishers may have been surprised about who showed up at their door to make a delivery this week. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
Fishers police officers probably didn't think they'd be making Amazon deliveries during their shift on Wednesday, but that's what happened after a company driver drove off from an officer who was trying to pull them over. The driver ended up crashing the vehicle and then tried to run away from police, but they ended up catching and arresting them. The officers then took it upon themselves to finish delivering the rest of the about 50 packages left in the Amazon vehicle. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Due in court this morning, an Indianapolis man facing murder charges after a late-night argument at a Hamilton County bar ended up with the Noblesville man shot and killed. Court documents released yesterday say McLean Mert was at Britain Tavern in Fishers when a dispute broke out over a vape pen. Witnesses told the cops that Mert, who uses a wheelchair, confronted a guy named Justin Burton near the bathrooms. During the fight, Mert's chair flipped backwards. He pulled out a gun, fired it, hit Burton, who died at the scene. Merton is facing now 2 counts of murder and 1 count of armed robbery. His court hearing starts in a little under an hour. Tomorrow is game day for the Indiana football team, ranked 2nd in the country, playing the top dog in the country, Ohio State, for the Big Ten championship.
We got to have a great plan in place to attack on the early downs, be efficient, really run the ball efficiently so we can set ourselves up for success and stay out of those 3rd and long situations, which no one enjoys being in.
And both teams are 12-0. The Buckeyes are a 4-point underdog. Kickoff goes up at 8 o'clock at Lucas Oil Stadium. Coverage over on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan begins at 7. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt Bear?
All right, Ryan, looking at the south side crash, eastbound 465 after 65, blocking the right lane and causing slow traffic past the interchange. South side northbound 65, slow before Raymond into the south split because of construction. On the east side, northbound 465, slow roll up, then Pike up to East 56. Traffic sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you could find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does our weather look?
Hey, good morning. Well, we are starting out cold this morning with temperatures in the teens. Farther northward, we've got readings in the single digits. I think we'll see sunshine throughout much of the afternoon with highs approaching 30. Clouds increase later tonight. I don't think those temps will fall off too much, right around the middle 20s. And then on Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy skies, possibility maybe a few flurries here or there, but no really tricky travel conditions. There we go, 34 on Saturday. On Sunday, quick-moving Clipper system moves through. Could bring us a few scattered rain or snow showers with highs right around 31.
Thank you very much, Tara. Right now it is 8:06 Friday morning. Tony Katz, the Morning News. 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. A few big stories out there. First, the FBI, the Department of Justice, has announced that they have caught the person responsible for placing pipe bombs outside both the DNC and RNC the evening before January 6th in 2021. A lot of discussions about this topic, a lot of things going into it. One of the more embarrassing moments, I'll tell you, is CNN describing the person as a white guy. He is a black man. The photo evidently demonstrates he's a black man, and yet Jake Tapper refuses to think facts need to disrupt his narrative as he talked about it. Here, I'll play that audio quickly first.
Attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce
Swing and a miss.
And with malicious destruction by means of explosions.
I thought that was pretty interesting. He goes, what's his name? Brian Cole. Oh, he's from the suburbs. White guy. Doesn't have to look into it at all. He is a black man again. So swing and a miss by Tapper there. Dan Bongino was proud of this. It's something that when he first joined the FBI, he said that within 15 minutes, he was talking about wanting to bring this guy in and didn't understand how they had not caught him yet. Here's a little bit of that audio.
My first meeting, I swore in, and I kid you not, probably 15 minutes later, and the people who are in the meeting know, I said, when I get in there, I want a full brief on this pipe bomber case on day one. And I looked at the case agent after getting a full brief on what they'd done, and they had done some a pretty extensive amount of work. They had chased down, I think, thousands of leads, 6,000 plus interviews had been conducted, hundreds of tips, and it still was relatively stale, the case. And I grabbed the case agent on the way out, and I said, "You're going to get me this guy. You're going to track this guy down.
We're going to do it.
Find him. You're going to get me this guy. I want him."
And they did. And they did it relatively quickly, considering the case was stale, as Bongino says at the start of that. There are still people out there that don't necessarily believe this is the person responsible. That's fine. More information might be coming later today to maybe further prove that this person is, in fact, the one who put the bomb out in those places. But I just love every part of the fact that this version of the FBI, if they want to get something done and don't want to drag their feet for whatever reason that the Biden administration did, and boom, they go ahead and get it done. Another thing out there that's a big story somehow still is the discussion about a second missile that was fired at a boat in the water that was still floating, that had drugs on it. Several people have come out to refute the New York Times reporting that Pete Hegseth just was out for blood and wanted to commit a war crime. And essentially, this is business as usual in some ways when fighting any sort of terrorist, that you make sure that the product is gone, that it's sunk, that it's at the bottom of the ocean, because somebody can come along, pick it up, and keep going with the delivery of said drugs. One of the more interesting interviews came from Mark Thiessen, who on Fox talked about how often the Obama administration used a second strike. This was, again, while they were fighting terrorists. Trump has said that these narcotics people, these narcos that come in from other countries are, in fact, terrorists who are harming our country to a ridiculous degree. And so we're fighting them the same way we'd fight terrorists in other places. Here is Thiessen talking about how often this happened, how regular of occurrence it was, and how media didn't care about a second strike happening while fighting terrorists.
Barack Obama had a drone campaign. He fired 560 drone strikes, killed not just terrorists, but killed an American citizen, Anwar al-Awlaki. Did it on the ground, violating sovereignty instead of in international waters. And he regularly did what are called double tap and even triple tap strikes. I interviewed David Shedd, who on my podcast, What the Hell is Going On Today?
By the way, I love that he dropped a podcast promo there. Way to go, Mark Thiessen. The Matt and Craig Excellent podcast is also available and out there for anyone that wants to check it out. Thank you, Carl. Get back to the serious stuff.
Who was the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency under Obama. And he said, we did double tap strikes all of the time. In fact, we usually had a second predator in the sky waiting for the intelligence to clear to see if there were any survivors so we could take them out. So this was a regular practice under the Obama administration because they were going after terrorists. Trump has declared these people foreign terrorist organizations. He's using the same authority as the Obama administration.
Yeah, and Trump didn't even actually do this himself. Pete Hegseth didn't do this himself. An admiral who was actually, conducting this campaign is the one who said that boat is still floating. We got to make sure it sinks because you can come along, pick it up, and redeliver stuff. But the fact that this is such a ridiculous argument and conspiracy theory and all this stuff in mainstream media to go after Hegseth or anyone, it does demonstrate to me how over the target all of these people that Trump brought in seem to be, because of how much media can't get rid of them or can't find a way to get rid of them, and they're trying so desperately to do it. This narrative, that narrative continues to pop up because of how much they hate the people who are actually in a position of power right now, because they're outsiders and they're people who don't seem to be buyable the way that other people have been in the past. At least to me, that seems to be why the FBI is cracking cases that they couldn't crack, air quotes, when Biden was in office, and doing so much more. All right, quick break. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com, or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Southbound 65 looking pretty good coming into downtown right now. We have a crash on the south side. It's eastbound 465 after I-65 blocking the right lane and slowing us down to the I-65 interchange. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic from Raymond Street into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indeed.com. Indeed.com. Just stop hoping the right applicants find your job. Sponsor it on Indeed and match with quality talent. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Again, that's Indeed.com/credit. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. 17 right now in downtown Indianapolis and 31 the high and sunny today. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to indianaunclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every morning on this show. My wife went to her work this morning. That's a normal thing. That's not really an update on the radio. However, she wore the most ridiculous, ugly Christmas sweater because they're doing an ugly Christmas sweater contest today at her job. And she actually made it herself. She bought a sweater that had a bunch of very sparkly stuff on it. And then she was all last night, gluing and putting other things on it. There were rules. It wasn't allowed to make music of any kind. You couldn't have a sound box in it because that's cheap. And you couldn't have lights on it. My wife had put lights on it, so she had to take them off. But it's insane. And I'm getting text this morning from the missus saying she feels a little embarrassed at work that she went so over and above in going, down this road for this type of contest. And I keep encouraging her. I'm like, honey, I'll share the photos online or something to show you how people support it. But I love when people do this, not just because it's my wife who did it. Going over the top for a workplace competition, I think usually gets you a lot of praise in the office because not a lot of people will do it. Anyone want to react to that?
I think it's fantastic that people do enjoy doing this.
Yes.
There are still people left that want to do the ugly sweater contest. How fun is that? I'm looking at this. So she gets to work, and there's nobody else dressed up, at least not like she is, putting any effort into the sweater. It's just she's kind of sticking out, right?
Right now, it's early in the day. Not a lot of people are there. The contest hasn't started. They're going to put people up on a stage, and the whole office is going to applaud for the people that they think have the best ugly sweaters. But it's so funny. My wife is so creative that creating the sweater and putting she glued stuffed animals on it. There's a stuffed animal like Santa on one shoulder and something else on the other side. But anyway, as she's creating this thing, she was having a lot of fun. Now she's embarrassed wearing it at work. But I promise it's going to go well, and she might win $100. So that's really all that matters.
Did she bring a change of clothes just in case?
I don't think so. I'm going to ask her that. I don't think so. I think she's got to wear the sweater the whole day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. But dude, to make it a more macro thing, when someone goes above and beyond in any sort of stupid contest at work, I never think poorly of those people. I kind of enjoy the fact, and I'm not usually the one to do it, but I kind of enjoy the fact that somebody's going to double and triple effort in some of these stupid things where everyone else is just going to swing by a Target and buy an ugly sweater and call it a day.
Well, I'm so cynical. If I see somebody, it depends on if I like them or not. And I like the fact that people are participating in this kind of thing because if your friends are doing it and your friends are at work, you're kind of just joining together, enjoying the holidays. And I think everybody should do all they can to enjoy the holidays because the holidays are so damn stressful and they get under your skin so much. But I do get somebody looking at somebody else and being like, that's sycophantic behavior. They're just doing that to kiss ass right now. And that's... that's a lot of judgment on our end. But I'm admitting, I might have that feeling, just be like, yes, this person is just trying to get ahead, and that's why they're doing it. And
I love the fact, I love the fact that you said that it's if you like them or not. You look at them and you're like,
True
that
story.
idiot.
True story, man. I hate saying it like that, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. Yeah, there's some truth there. If you like the person, it's really cool, and I'm sure everybody loves your wife. I mean, she sounds like a lovely woman.
Lovely.
But she puts the sweater together, and I'm sure it's really cool. It's probably going to be the life of everybody's day. So even if she feels a little bit awkward, that person, say somebody in the audience is planning to do it, you're going to feel good that you brighten the office a little bit. That's cool.
Here I'll explain who my wife is in workplaces, just so you know. She's very quiet. She's not a very outgoing, very crazy person in the office. She's usually a keep to herself kind of person. And so that's why I think she's going to stick out in a good way today, because she's probably hasn't had a big conversation with a lot of the people that will see her in the wider office she works in because she kind of sticks to her own little team. And so I think those people can do a good job in these moments. But I heavily agree with you, dude, that every once in a while, the person who's kissing up all the time, when they go over the top with these kind of competitions, there is that part of your brain that's like, this guy again, this piece of crap again, doing this thing and going out there. And it does annoy you. So absolutely, I agree with you too on that.
It just makes you want to yak. I mean, it's just like, come on, dude. You know.
Absolutely does. Other things out there that I saw that I like, the most mispronounced words of 2025. These are ones that we needed to check out to make sure that we were saying them right. And oftentimes we were saying them wrong. One of the words that made the list is a brand of weight loss drug like Ozempic. Mounjaro is one that I think I'm saying it right. But people say that one's often mispronounced. Zoran Mamdani is another one that people got wrong a lot. I liked SNL's joke, Zoltar Rob Zombie. That was probably my favorite of those that was out there. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
And then finally, the Louvre is something that people say wrong because it's actually pronounced Louvre. But anybody who's ever said the Louvre to you in a conversation, you want to slap for being pompous.
I had no idea. I had no idea. I've been saying the Louvre my entire life. It's Louvre.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
what
a
the hell's
ra, that R-E at the end in French. But that's what I hate when people, this kind of sounds like the sycophant person again, when they overpronounce those things in other languages that we don't say here in the United States and then look at you like you're an idiot for not saying it yourself. If you have a friend that goes, it's the Louvre, this person's probably annoying.
What about Spanish reporters over enunciating the R's?
Dude, I find that annoying too.
Love it.
Why?
So much love it. I want to hear that rolling R in my sleep. Oh, it's beautiful. It's just, especially if it comes from a female, it's just like,
yeah.
I can't do it myself. I was told I can't speak Spanish ever in my life because I can't roll my R's, so I stopped trying to learn. It's not my fault.
Yeah, I can't roll my R's either. And when I go to Mexico around my wife's family, I hear about that a lot.
Yeah, they go.
And I probably
gringo.
Oh, you bastard!
Look at him doing it. Look at him doing it. Even my name has an R in it, by the way, which is horrible.
What's the ruling on that? I mean, being married to a Latina, you might know the ruling. Can you still speak Spanish if you can't roll your R's?
They'll laugh at you.
I'm used to that.
My favorite story is when I was speaking Spanish to little kids. Like the nieces and nephews of my family.
They're laughing at you.
And the kids were laughing at me. They're like, this guy's such an idiot. And my wife and everybody behind me also laughing. They were like, it's great that the kids are making fun of the gringo. And I'm like, this is a terrible day.
Como se llama?
No, I'm not doing it. You're not tricking me into that here, Carl. All right, we'll take a break. We have a lot to get to today. Once again, I hope my wife wins, mostly because $100 is on the line. And I'd like her to come home with a $100 gift card. Since we probably spent like $50 on the sweater at this point with the amount of items she put on it, we really need the gift card to do better than break even. All right, quick break. A lot more mascot traffic.
All right, fellas, looking at eastbound 465 on the south side. Crash after the I-65 interchange blocking the right lane. South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic from Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Indeed.com. Stop just hoping the right applicants find your job. Sponsor it on Indeed and match with quality talent. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Again, that's Indeed.com/credit. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
JMV here. This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. Sparkling Christmas trees, glowing holiday decorations, show-stopping fresh greenery, and trees for inside and out. Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in and get inspired and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me. If you're experiencing a hardship and need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Simple Quarters has helped me by allowing me to sell my house. It's given me the financial stability to be able to move and go on with that next chapter. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because there was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters. There was nothing that I didn't expect. They didn't have hidden fees. They didn't ask me to go get an appraisal. They didn't ask me to have a surveyor come out. This has probably been one of the easiest experiences in my life. And if I ever have to do it again, I would call Simple Quarters again. Simple Quarters absolutely kept their word through the whole process.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. From sparkling Christmas trees to glowing holiday decorations and show-stopping fresh greenery and trees for inside and out, Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in, get inspired, and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield, Miss M's on 135 in Barkersville.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Santa's checking his list, and the Hoosiers keep landing on the nice and nasty list. Nice hustle, nasty from downtown.
And three-pointer on the way.
Yes! Coach Darren DeVries has a workshop full of sharpshooters and high flyers, stacking up wins like gifts under the tree. Grab the cocoa and enjoy some holiday hoops. IU versus Louisville, Saturday at 2 on your home for Hoosiers basketball. 93 WIBC.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
The controversy simmers over the U.S. military operation blowing up boats.
93 WIBC.
I support the decision to knock out the boats.
What happens next?
Congress is investigating one particular boat attack.
Happens here.
Exit did not break any laws in a Signal chat group.
A man is dead in an overnight shooting.
Stay in the know.
Break ground on a new $15 million training center.
While you're on the go.
Parents love their children the most.
A jury has convicted a man in a child solicitation case.
On air, online, and on Alexa. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Who's waking up in a jail cell? Your radar is clear. It's 14 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Expecting a high just a tick under 30 degrees this day. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. federal agents arrested the man accused of planning pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC headquarters just before the January 6th Capitol riots.
It's not even 10 pages long. I've been looking through it, and it shows that Brian Cole Jr.'s cell phone pinged in the area of the RNC and DNC the night of the crime, January 5th, 2021. Authorities say bank receipts show that Cole purchased bomb-making materials in 2020 used to make those specific pipe bombs. The FBI agents spent hours at his home in Woodbridge, Virginia, a D.C. suburb. He's charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. Authorities say search warrants are being executed. More charges could be on the way. Just this past October, the FBI put out enhanced video of who they now say is Cole.
And Spunt says Cole will be in court. David Spunt says Cole will be in court this morning. Netflix has reached a deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery TV and film studios along with its streaming division for $72 billion. The agreement was announced today after a bidding contest that also included Paramount Skydance. The deal won't be finished right away. First, Warner Brothers Discovery has to separate its global TV networks business called Discovery Global into its own company. That step is expected to wrap up sometime third quarter of 26. The man accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, Luigi Mangione, returns to court today for the fourth day of a hearing on whether evidence will be allowed in his murder trial.
We're expecting to hear from a couple of officers who responded to a 911 call at that McDonald's in Pennsylvania from customers who recognize the suspected killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The judge also made public some of the exhibit photos showing items recovered from Mangione during his arrest at that McDonald's, including the laptop that was with him and a photo of all the cash that was found on him. It's several $1,000s, mostly in $100 bills.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter in New York. And a casino could be built in Allen County. John Herrick reports on the discussion surrounding that on Thursday.
Testimony was heard about a House bill that would require the Indiana Gaming Commission to accept applications and proposals that would award an owner's license to operate a casino in Allen County. Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker says a casino could have a positive impact.
We recognize and see that the economic investment, the economic development that could happen because of a license being located in the city of Fort Wayne is too tremendous for us to pass.
But those against it say it has human costs that business leaders are not even considering. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
It's 8:34, time for sports on WIBC. Brought to you by Ball State Athletics. The Indianapolis Colts look to snap a 9-game losing streak in Jacksonville on Sunday. Running back Jonathan Taylor says it's time to change that.
You got to focus on the past. You got to focus on the history. It's like watching film to learn and grow. But at the end of the day, you just have to figure out, hey, this is a new year. What do we need to do to be successful this year with what we have and the trajectory that we're on?
And the Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars both 8-4. Jacksonville owns a tiebreaker. Indy is coming off a 2016 loss to the Houston Texans last week. Kickoff goes up in Florida at 1 o'clock. Saturday night, second-ranked IU plays number 1-ranked Ohio State for the Big Ten Conference Championship at Lucas Oil Stadium. Both teams are 12-0. IU hasn't defeated the Buckeyes since 1990. Kickoff at 8. Coverage at 7 o'clock over on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. And the Indiana Pacers try to stop a 2-game losing streak. They play the Chicago Bulls tonight. The Pacers 4-18 on the season. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Crash on the south side, eastbound 465 after 65, right shoulder blocked. Northbound 65, stop and go traffic from Raymond Street into the south split. It's a construction zone. Crash on the east side, East Washington Street at Oakland Avenue. Crash on the west side, this is West Washington Street at High School Road. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds of Pierce Jewelers: diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like it's going to be cold today. A high of 31, right now 17 in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about. Richard Gere is in the news. This is kind of odd. He recently said that illegal aliens, people who are here without the right to be, are just like you and me. They're really not that different than any of the rest of us. I love that Richard Gere would go viral for saying that first and foremost, because he's very different from most of us in just how successful he is, how much cash he has, etc. Some people who responded to his comment said, are your, lawn care people worth as much money as you are? I don't need to turn it into a money thing per se, but I just think it's kind of funny that this narrative, that this version of Talking Point is so comically used by so many people, especially on the left, that it's nonsense and makes no sense at all. I can play the actual audio of Richard Gere talking about this first, and then we can get into it more. Here we go.
The planet has fallen off a cliff into the stupid zone where I don't even know what's going on anymore. This is a small planet. We have to work together and live together, and we can do that.
We can all do it together, please. And everybody is just like you and me as far as the refugees and everyone else is. I love the kumbaya of so much of this, mostly because, in my opinion, when they go down this road, they don't have a more valuable place to actually talk about the things that are indeed a problem, the things that are actually causing us to have issues or challenges that make a lot more people in this country anti-illegal immigration. What I mean by that, if I want to get specific about it, and this was my favorite thing that I saw happen during the Biden administration, this specific thing that I'm about to tell you, people on the south side of Chicago got up in arms, angry about the amount of money going to illegal immigrants. These are hardcore Democratic voters on the south side. It was a lot of black communities who were doing this and saying this too. Their main objection was that they weren't getting the money they wanted in free handouts from the government. How dare they go to people who were here without the right to be here before they went to their community? And they're right about that. I don't think handouts work for anybody at all, but I'll tell you that I would be as mad as them. But there was viral, video after viral video of the mayor there, of other people dealing with the outrage from that community as they saw more and more money going to places it shouldn't have gone, according to so many people who live on the south side of Chicago. And I loved it. I loved people waking up, is the way that I would say it, because more and more people need to. The challenges that we face and the problems that come with people coming into this country without any version of knowing who they are or where they come from or what they intend to do here, it's obviously bad. And when people like Richard Gere say how it's just people being heartless and mean and racist and all these other things in response to it, you know how little involvement or connection they actually have to the issue at hand. I'll give you one more example of this. There's another one I really like as an example, and it's whenever anybody who's never even been around a gun tells you why they think gun laws need to be changed. And you'll ask them, you're like, oh, have you ever experienced shooting a gun or being around someone else who did? And they say no. They're like, absolutely not. I've never been anywhere near it. And you'd think that it'd be so easy to experience that, that you could go to a range, fire, you don't have to own one. You can fire one, you can rent one. If you're going to have a ridiculously strong opinion about something, at least give yourself the opportunity to experience it. If you can. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. I'm not telling you can only talk about stuff that you've experienced. Of course, we can talk about whatever we want, but it amazes me that there are people that are so ridiculously one-sided in their opinion on something like that, and they have no interest, no ability, no desire whatsoever to even try it just once, just to reaffirm that opinion. There are people who are desperately afraid of doing research about some of the things they most believe in. And I know that people make fun of doing research, like, oh, you go to Google or whatever your social media platform is, look some things up and you really think that you're now an expert in it. At least I did that part. At least when I developed my crazy opinion about something, or whatever you think a crazy opinion is, at least I went the extra road to look into it. I love the people who don't do that. And I've actually, at other radio stations I've worked at and filled in on, some of them somewhat recently, this one in Florida, for example, I had someone call in and disagree with me on something. And it's very easy, very simple to look up. It wasn't even an opinion. It was really a fact. And I asked them to do it. And on the air, the person goes, no. Like, I'm not going to do that. Why would I look things up to learn that I'm wrong? I would rather stay blissfully unaware of how much of an idiot I am on this issue. And it's amazing how often that seems to occur. And it seems like it happens in a lot of these places where people are having discussions about the things that they believe for the racist, sexist, whatever it is reason. They think they're protecting someone and they refuse to get the details of why everyone on the other side thinks what they do without being racist or sexist or any of the things they call them. All right, we'll take a break. We'll have a little bit of fun before we get out of here. This is Greg Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Scrolling all day, clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story, they really got into why it mattered.
CEO of First American Nuclear believes we're heading into America's nuclear renaissance.
In 100 years, all successful nations will be powered by nuclear reactors. For the sake of our children, I'd like the U.S. to be one of them.
Oh, I check the WIBC website before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go with 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
1 second I'm on my bike, the next second I see this car coming at me. And
I broke my left ankle in 3 places.
I decided to call Hensley.
I realized Hensley was impressive first time I spoke with my attorney.
They just kind of took that burden off my back.
It happens. Hire Hensley.
Exercise Incorporated wants you to start changing your life in 20 minutes a week this month. It's Terry Stacy, and Exercise Inc. only makes this offer once a year in December. If you come in for a free consultation in the month of December, you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out, and you don't even have to sign up. Exercise Inc. is a 20-minute once-a-week workout program that will help you get stronger, have more energy, and just feel better. This program was developed to help women with osteoporosis, but it will help both women and men get a lot stronger. Their program will also teach you simple nutritional habits that will help you lose weight and keep it off. Most importantly, you'll have a coach who will hold you accountable in reaching your goals. You don't want to miss this offer. Come in for a free consultation in the month of December, and you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers, exerciseinc.com.
Life is full of changes. Seasons shift from hectic and busy to slow and calm. Yet through all of the seasons of life, our windows remain the same, just as we installed them. No matter how much life changes, with our industry's best warranty, our windows provide you with peace of mind that lasts for years to come. Call now or visit bwindow.com and receive 68% off your next project.
That's Faber's B Window. Trust me.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Decent, Craig. We have a couple of slowdowns. Northbound 65 on the south side, Raymond Street into the south split. That's construction. And on the east side, westbound 70, a little bit of the brakes from Emerson Avenue to Sherman Drive, but nothing that'll make you late. Traffic's sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pennants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. 17 today, 17 right now. A high of 31 for today. That temperature is brought to you by the American Standard Heating Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
I've been a Republican my whole life.
I proudly voted for President Trump 3 times.
I want Republicans to win.
But mid-cycle redistricting isn't the right way to do it. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars.
And it gives D.C. more power to tell us what to do.
That's not how Hoosiers do things.
Tell your legislator, spend your time passing a conservative agenda
that lowers costs and makes our lives better.
And don't rig our elections.
Paid for by Indiana Conservation voters.
Mark your calendar for December 9th. St. Philip's Church and Indianapolis Urban League present a drive-through food box and meal distribution. Get fresh produce, meat, and pantry staples. No ID needed. First come, first served. Questions? Call 317-693-7603.
County Cats Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hanging out. We're doing the TV theme song thing. Yeah, I'm not getting this one.
No.
It's not, I know it's not landing for me. I know. I'm going to have to phone a friend if we can. Thank you, sir.
I believe that to be Survivor.
Survivor? Oh, look at that.
Tony's got it.
Look at Matt Bear.
Who wants to touch me?
You know what's You know what's sad about this? I had a friend that was on a season of Survivor.
Oh, wow.
How did you not know this?
Did they survive?
I don't know, man. Well, I kept getting the clips from the dude. His name is Asian Mike in our group of friends because he's Asian guy named Mike. And he was Frosty on the China season of Survivor. That is his nickname. He is a parkour dude. And I think he made it like 6 episodes and they voted him off because he was too good at the competition stuff. Because he was better than everybody else at the crazy things that parkour people would be good at. But yeah, I think I have to text Asian Mike and tell him I'm sorry that I forgot about this theme song.
Asian Mike's not from Connersville.
He is not.
Oh, okay.
Another story out there that I saw. I used to do a segment every so often when I filled in for Tony, and I do it some other places, where I apologize for clicking on clickbait that ruins the internet because there's so many stories out there that are just stupid and dumb, and the headline is the thing that makes you read it, and it's not valuable. I'm not going to play the audio, but I saw a headline today as I was looking for stuff to talk about, and it's some influencer girl. I think she's like 27. Her name's Madeline Klein, but here's the headline. Madeline Klein underwear photo is risky, but paid off. This is the topic. And it goes into detail about how celebrities who take photos of themselves in their underwear often go viral for the photos of themselves in their underwear. So it's a great financial move. And they're encouraging more. Yeah, thank you, Carl. They're encouraging more celebrities to take underwear photos because it's a smart marketing campaign.
Is she attractive?
She is, in fact, attractive.
Oh,
27-year-old blonde woman. He is, in fact, good looking. Yeah, I know. But I wanted us to weigh in on the idea that an underwear photo is always a good move, according to this website and this thing.
It's not always a good move.
I don't know. It's saying anyone that wants to go viral, that wants to up their level of fame and or the money we get for being famous.
Yeah, it can go viral for the wrong reasons, too.
Yeah, you put the underwear photo out there. Matt, do you want to weigh in on this
I
one?
remember when cameras were first put on our phones, we were told not to do this. We were told from the very beginning this was a bad idea. Now it's a very good idea.
Yeah.
And, with the enhancements of social media and everybody gets a filter, why wouldn't you do it? Because when you put that picture out, it's not going to look a thing like you. So go ahead.
That's funny.
I mean, with celebrities, they have the best people to do this for them. I mean, I put a picture out of myself, it's going to look like me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But if the celebrity has a team of monkeys to run this through, so it's going to look fantastic. It's going to be touched up.
I just love the take that the guy is trying to write like a 5-page or 5-paragraph essay on a woman in underwear, and he's trying to make it a business thing. He's like, this is a great business decision. More people need to do this. The celebrities that aren't taking photos of themselves in their underwear, they need to get in on this craze. Because I love that you're trying to pretend it's serious. I feel like what happened, if I'm going to give a false narrative to this story, is the guy was looking at the photo. His significant other, his wife, saw him looking at the photo and is like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm researching a story. This is for a story.
This is
I want
work.
to see the financial. Yeah. I want to see the financial impact of her posing in this underwear photo. So different than the one she poses in that are not, in fact, in her underwear. But I agree. I encourage more celebrities. Go the underwear road and see what happens.
Everybody do that. I don't care how you make it. Go make your money. I mean, if you get paid doing that, it's not going to bother me at all. I can choose whether or not to look at it. That's what it comes down to. And if somebody wants to subscribe for that, I'm not going to be the guy But if somebody else wants to do that, go spend your money however you want. More power to you.
Well, I also love the idea that any news is good news, right? Like, even if it does go viral for the wrong reasons, you're still getting talked about in the news. So maybe there's still some value there, I guess.
Just give me attention. That's all I want. You know?
That's all anybody on the internet wants. There's another story out there. This is very adult in nature. We're at the tail end of the show. I know it's a morning show. So sometimes when I find these stories, I decide to wait till now. We're going to run out of time on this one. Anybody get mad at me, I'm sorry. There is a young woman named Bonnie Blue who's in the news today. I love that Matt's already laughing. All right, we'll wait for that. By the way, one of our most viral episodes of the Matt and Craig Excellent Podcast involves us talking about Jenna Jameson. Also, the title of the episode, Hooters is for Everyone, or Hooters for the Whole Family, has gone viral. Anyway, this young woman, she's on a tour in Bali. I don't want to tell you what the tour is about because that's the part we probably can't talk about on regular radio. But anyway, her bus got pulled over.
3 hour
and there
tour.
was what's that?
I just said 3 hour tour. Sorry.
There was suspicion that some illegal activity was happening on the bus in Bali. And the problem is what they're advertising the bus to be. And the young woman is best known for some of the adult content she creates online. It's now gone viral, her trying to claim that the bus is not doing the things that they ask her if it's doing, because the name of the bus was highly inappropriate as they're driving around with this on the sign. So I simply ask how difficult it would be to be her and try to convince somebody you're not doing something you shouldn't do in Bali when it's evidently true that the bus you're standing in front of is named the thing you're not supposed to be doing. It's like driving around saying, like, I'm definitely not doing drugs, officer, and you're driving in the drug car.
You have a little bumper sticker that says high times.
Right.
I mean, these are things you should be a little bit inconspicuous about, you know, and kind of fly under the radar, you know, like our stealth bombers, just kind of get underneath that zone.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be the sweet spot. And if you're a celebrity and a social media influencer, whatever this person is, I feel like you think that some of these laws don't apply to you, but you can't drive around a place advertising the thing you're doing if it's illegal there and have it as the name of the place, the name of the vehicle you're driving.
I find it unbelievable that whatever she was doing is illegal in Bali.
I guess it's the public nature of it, Carl. It might be.
It's illegal here too.
It might be illegal a lot of places, not because of the activity itself, but you're doing it on a bus with windows and people might be seeing it. That might be the problem. But all right,
I'm going to build a bus. It's just going to say weed bus on the side. I expect cops not to pull me over, you know.
Although, I will say this, and this is a follow-up to it. If you just had no one on the bus, if it was just like one guy driving it, and this was the distraction bus, that's a great idea as far as a criminal goes. You drive around one thing called something, and nothing bad is happening on that one. And then in a very inconspicuous second bus, you're doing all the stuff you shouldn't be doing. They should have like a lead car, like in NASCAR, for the drug people that says drug car and drives different directions, and that one's totally clean. And then the one behind it is the one that has all the stuff in it.
We already have those. They're just called mules. And you catch them at any international airport in the United States. I think this is all fantastic. I mean, you could just put party bus on the side. You could have put bus of good times, happy bus, whatever. You just advertise that you don't have much case in the court of law. That's what I'm thinking, you know.
This is all true. All this is great. Instead, the bus was called the B-word bus, and that's as close as I'm getting. That's as close as I'm getting to describing the topic and not getting fired on WIBC or getting us fined. All right, Matt, you got some traffic for us?
Yeah, my
See you guys later.
brains are just scrambled. Looking at the south side, northbound 65. Stop and go before Raymond into the south split. That's a